This is the Faunuscast. It's a kind of more chill podcast. We can speak more open-minded, I think. Before we were like, oh no, maybe it's an official podcast where Amity Arena even retweeted us. They didn't tweet me at all. You guys don't
I'm going to rant at things no matter where or when it happens.
Yeah, why don't you have face bubbles here? I'm confused. You should have.
Oh.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulty. What's the first time I'm using this add-on? Wait, I'm gonna...
This is Amity Arena tradition.
Yeah,
No matter
Amity
what
Arena
you do.
tradition. By the way, give me a second. But before I do this, you guys can talk it soon. But I want to introduce you guys before I do this. I can do this when you guys just start talking a bit. Who do we have here today? After a pause from the game, he's back, and the world begins to shake again in fear. How many trophies will it take from me this season? I take bets in chat. It is CVT. Hello, CVT.
Oh, hey, how is it going?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. It's okay sounds only okay. Next up, we have the man.
I just had 3 games. Sorry. I just had 3 games against Beam Turret, and it still is my turn.
We can definitely talk about Beam Turret. Next up is the man that gets CVT all the practice he needs and makes him to a fearful being we all know, while maintaining his own status as one of the best. His victories are inevitable as rain, and there are not enough buckets in the world to hold all the tears his fallen foes shed. It is Rain Buckets. Hello. How are you doing?
Wow, that was an impressive introduction. I don't have anything impressive to follow that up with. Hello.
Hello. Okay, so next up. The man behind the scenes, always lurking and making stuff happen. Leader of Majesty and trying to reach domination with his academy over the entire game, with a way too fitting name because he's always lurking in the shadows. It's Shadow 1800. How are you doing? Salutations.
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
Hi,
just...
Penny.
If you want, you can pick any topic and talk about it while I try to fix bubbles so you two guys show up as well.
So let's talk about bubbles. Bubbles sounds good, right?
Bubbles? Maybe you can talk about, because since CVT already said there was a beam turret nerf. How big is a beam turret nerf, and did it change anything?
Oh, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty big? That's the only opinion? Nothing else?
Yeah, that's it.
CVT, you said you had no
Alright,
fun
now.
against beam turret, so why did you still have no fun against beam turret?
Mostly because goddamn wall. Sometimes like it takes 5 seconds to just make the wall actually place down in like 2x aura. So it costs like 5 in the end. Stuff like that. No, more like beam turret is still reaching your side turret. If on the pierce, so 10 range is still reaching it, so it's a bit annoying that way. It's not too strong right now in that sense. It's like pretty balanced.
Move us over here.
So what's like the leeway you can have before it doesn't hit it anymore? It should be a lot smaller, right?
You have to put it pretty much in front of the turret, but yeah, it is a lot smaller, so you cannot do weird angles.
Wait,
Less
is
of an
it
option.
real quick? Is it attack range or is it targeting range that got nerfed?
The pierce range, the maximum range you got.
So the real attack range, and does it still reach the turret?
It does, but you cannot do it from the angles. You need to place it pretty much in front of the turret to reach.
Okay.
You have less. You have like, of course, you can still get Carmine or Fox to make units walk in the middle, so that the beam turret. But what you cannot do anymore is do like a drop of beam turret in the middle of the map horizontally or next to the wall to the side reactively to a unit that is already walking up.
Yeah, it's definitely a big nerf with the aura curse, and they also nerfed burrow gun, which was strong, but in my opinion not as big of a problem as beam turret. Still a nerf, but if we compare it to the buff to the den, I don't know where it is on the list. Well, there it is, Deathstalker Den. It's a longer name than I thought. What is it? 50% HP is nice, but Deathstalker Den is the only purpose of Den, in my opinion, was tanking damage, and now we have wall. Because the spawning...
I mean, just give up on the den. I mean, it's dead.
Yeah, the spawning doesn't matter.
Its HP approaches 2 of the wall posts instead of only 1.
Ooh, cool. Still costs 1 more. And the spawning of BDS...
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
I remember with the BDS, when I placed my when I placed Dan, or if the enemy placed Dan, there were times where the other person abused it, played the Shadow Blade, and just could start stacking Shadow Blades with the spawning Deathstalkers.
Yeah, that was one way, and another one was like in the days of the Disco Ursa, you could have like baby Deathstalkers to DPS the Ursa like on demand. You couldn't AoE them all at once, stuff like that.
Yeah, the spawning, I don't know, it would need to be way more Deathstalkers per spawn. Maybe do the spawn time, they decreased it, which doesn't change a thing in my opinion. What they should do is like make it 5 seconds, but it spawns 4 at once.
I don't know.
At least would make it a more specific cost.
That like we are all pretty bad at judging then, think how as we didn't use it pretty much forever.
I used it when it came out. I could nearly go to level 13. I stopped requesting it when other structures were introduced. I always thought that Den was a really good card because it was an Ursa Neon meta.
Yeah, this Ursa, yeah.
So I used it when it came out immediately.
Okay, so maybe you are competent to judge on how many Deathstalkers it needs to spawn, because I thought it sucked. I didn't use it for a while. Eventually I started using it, but I
feel like you didn't use Den to just like a Glinda turret. Like, you didn't want to place it down when there was nothing on the field. You generally wanted to place it when the Ursa like crosses the field or something, so that they can't like start banking aura. You just place it more reactively because of the instant deployment.
I mean, I use it as a wall, right? It was pretty much, I use it as a wall, it tanks damage, that was a main part of it, and when Ursa reached the den and killed it, was the only time the spawning of Deathstalkers made sense, because then they could do some damage, because it was multiple. The spawning, the 1 unit spawning after now 2.5 seconds is garbage. You could remove it and it wouldn't change Deathstalker then, it would maybe be even a buff.
The server was using it with Penny and Blake for offense, but that's about it. Like Penny, Blake, Ribbon, Blake, and then...
Yeah,
I used it with Cinder on offense back when she did full damage to the turret. That was kind of decent because you would clone it with Emerald and then you get more little Deathstalkers. And you would also block Neon.
Yeah. It's the only thing I would judge Den has had any use. Not anymore. Has no use anymore. This thing could not be in the game. Wouldn't change anything. Give me Leon instead of it.
Just max it out first. You're almost there.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I can look it up. Deathstalker Den is I have 4,674 of 5,000. Nearly there. So it gives me Lian. Finally, it has a use again. Really sad, in my opinion, and the direction it took. So no.
Yeah, could I get like a refund for Baby Deathstalker Swarm for May?
May at least
Relevant
allows you to have
units?
some troll games. And
I saw someone using MA Palm, reminiscent of my MA Droid deck today, and it worked okay. I don't know if it can hold up, but they had a level 13 May, which survived some cinders.
But it's a good jump point, because I think we don't, unless someone has a point about Den, I would go to Spider
No.
Droid and Pomegranate with his change as they can't be interrupted.
Welcome to the meta.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I know.
So look, it's around Pom.
You can have to. You guys can talk about it soon. But first, this is something I'm really emotional about. You know, this change, because we had similar changes before with Penny and Glinda, and now the only real card that has a long charge time. Let's exclude Nora, for example, because Nora is Nora. Is Sun.
No,
This
you
made
forgot
Sun.
Rocket Yang. You
Whoa,
forgot Rocket Yang.
Rocket Yang. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? Pomegranate, you play Pomegranate and it's guaranteed 600 damage. The enemy can do nothing about it. There's no way you can stop it. I mean, why do these units get this change, and why is Sun not getting this change? Is it the fact, does Sun have a ridiculously high win rate somewhere? I think I'm the only one in high ranking that played him consistently. I mean, I know there's someone in Discord called Sun who plays him, but I have never seen him like 4K or something. And
I haven't actually tested Sun this patch, but I think he could be like decent.
he's still Sun is still decent. He's the same as before.
It depends,
but
because
yeah, well, because what?
if they have Fox, then you have to play your own Fox to use Fox on the Fox.
Yeah,
And
he fears the clones.
right, but the other thing is everybody's
No,
gonna
I
be.
don't think so, Rain. I think you just use Sun. I don't think that Fox is a problem.
No, Fox is a problem.
Foxes.
I played
Sun
Sun against Shadow in practice match, and he always feared my clones. I mean, obviously you need a little bit of practice so that the Sun clones do no damage at all. But now it's really easy because the range is big enough that even if I split my clones in all 4 directions around the turret, Fox can.
So he does cover all of them.
Fox
Okay,
can.
but they're still tanking for a bit, so like I mean, you probably can do something like a Sun Gunner push, and I mean you have ways around it.
But
like they are still tanking.
So the Fox buff was an indirect nerf for Sun, and at the same time, he does similar things to Pomegranate, right? He has the potential to deal more damage than Pomegranate, but Pomegranate also hits a turret with lower risk.
Well, I think Sun is also between Palm, Droid, and Sun. Sun has the most reactive time. Like, you can use a skill much faster than Palm and Droid can get theirs up, which makes it much better to like rush turrets if they play Droid or something.
Yeah, like I used Partners in Crime, and sometimes I can't grab Sun fast enough because he's already used his skill. And if you know anything, Partners in Crime is really fast deploy time. You can grab like Ice Flower before she can use her skill. So that's how fast Sun goes. That's why I don't really think Sun needs invincibility.
It's just, I mean, if we didn't change the format of the entire game, I would agree. But we are changing every other card. And if we change every other card and let Sun be the same, at some point Sun is gonna fall off.
Am
he
I-
feels at some point he will feel
Is my
kind of
internet
old,
dead?
and
Okay,
is also
Shadow's here.
Question mark?
What?
Sure.
yeah. What is there a problem? Did my internet die? Hello? No. Did Discord die? Hello, chat? Hello? I don't know what's going on. Can you guys can hear me, right? Did I drop frames? No, I didn't drop frames. You guys can't hear me?
Okay. Oh, we can hear you now.
I can
Why-
You just came back.
Why I don't understand what happened.
I just stopped hearing you.
CRVT and Shara went silent for me and Shadow, I think.
That was
It's
weird.
Discord problems.
Okay, I don't know, maybe it was Discord.
Yeah, so yeah, I was saying that sound like he doesn't need both a hard timer on his clones and the DK. So that was he always told us we were talking about it, so he really doesn't need that.
Yeah, I feel like you can just kill maybe like a slight HP nerf on the clones if you get rid of the timers, but very small.
Yeah, I mean,
Because they're
you could
pretty
tank
cool, like-
box then. Yeah, you
I
could
mean,
tank
removing the timer wouldn't change anything anymore. Because his clones can't be healed by Bondless John anymore after the recent change.
Yeah.
So the only reason,
Yeah, I mean, like,
what would make sense now after they made it so that Boundless John can't heal anymore would be make Sun's clone don't take damage per second until he's able to die after 8 seconds because of this damage. Just make him expire at 8 seconds and don't lose HP per second.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can nerf, like, I don't know how it would
This is
be
there for a longer break.
would be an immense HP boost. I just feel like a lot of cards get nerfed that were good with Sun. There are new cards that are really good against Sun, like Airship, for example. And it's just the
Easy
most
as well.
recent card. Ravages are really good against him. There's so many cards introduced that are really good against him. Cards like Bondless John don't work with him anymore. And now you buff everyone who has the same mechanic as him, but don't give him the buff.
I think the meta currently will revolve more around like pomegranate chip and tower diver, so like Sun or Crow with Penny, maybe with some gunners behind them.
Here's my question.
So
Why would you play anyone else than Pom?
You could get more damage, like you don't guarantee 600 damage or whatever, but if they spend 6 on Palm and then don't have enough to defend against you, your stuff is gonna shoot the turret more than Palm did.
Yeah, but it's
Like
only one
gunners.
aura difference, right? It's one aura difference compared to the other two. It's not that this is a big difference. Sun isn't better in defense than Pom, if you use him offensively before. Crow may be better in defense, but you just made...
No, you just want it's not too easy to get good interactions going with Pom. Like I played a bunch of Pom against Pom mirrors, and it pretty much is decided by who gets enemy Blake with the Pom, like stuff like that. But
I just feel like Sun is a completely different play style than Palm or Droid, because with Palm and Droid, your goal is to chip it out, but with Sun, I feel like you're trying to destroy almost the entire tower with a single push.
yeah,
I mean,
pretty much.
that only works if the opponent doesn't have the right answers.
Or if they
But,
spend
like, you're
6
not
on
shipping
Palm
it.
and suddenly they have 4 aura left to defend against Sun and whatever else you have.
Mm. I mean, it's a counter play that's possible if the enemy plays Pom. You place anything to tank for Sun, while Sun runs into the turret, then you place clones behind the turret, and Neon can't do it. But if the enemy still has Ice Flower or Fox now, he can still defend easily.
From Sun, then he's on like one aura and you just flood him in with whatever. While the clones are tanking turret damage, so...
Yeah, but it's still, you have too many cheap answers. Because you use Pom, you have 4 aura left, likely 5 soon. So if you have Fox, you already defend against the clones. Then you have 2 aura left against, let's say, a squad and any other support card. You use Neon now. You have successfully defended.
No. I mean, it's like Sun doesn't just disappear. If you focus the clones, they are going to tank the turret damage for 8 seconds. That's huge. And then you still have Sun.
Well, right now they don't tank for 8 seconds.
Because of the HP decay.
Yeah. It's more like 6.
It will take a while to kill them all. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I pretty much do counter damage to pomegranate decks if they like just YOLO a pom on even aura. I play stuff like Blake and Gunship and like a Penny, and that stuff that is easily distracted by Neon or by Ravagers or by Gunners. Or to clear a wall, like I would love to have Sun at that point. Because his damage that requires immediate answer, and then they add 0.
I mean, if you want like a tank, like if you want something to tank for 5 aura, you might as well use Crow.
Yeah, Crow's better at that, and he does more secure damage, more safe damage.
I think the goal there is to not do safe damage. The goal is to just kill them.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean,
Crow doesn't have the potential of Sun to take like 1,000, 2,000 damage at once.
It rather sounds like Adam or even Malachites than Crow. Like Crow can be a counter play if you are going for some. For example, they play Pom and you play Crow and Penny, and you try to get a few hits of Crow. Maybe you place Gunners behind Crow, and you try to like do more than 600 pretty much.
Yeah, but it's just with Pom. You play Pom. Pom doesn't need any protection. I play Sun. He needs protection. Even Ravages for 1 aura are enough to kill my Sun, and for him to deal less damage than Pom. If I don't do anything to help him.
Not with Pom. Pretty much on patch release notes review immediately pretty much showed that Pomegranate and Spider Droid can be a big problem if like defense is still too strong to punish like cheap and nothing and stuff like that. So I think the problem is with WoW and Neon and Ravagers. Like,
pretty much.
Well,
like even if they have wall, I find that my Neon still gets value because of how long you can still distract with her.
Yes. You just run both. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, Wall and Neon are 2 aura. It's very cheap. You can always run it. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't change anything with Adam.
Yeah, I'm more surprised they didn't do anything about Partisan Crime and Port.
Yeah, Port is also a big one. Rain, you didn't say much now.
I'm still mad. I'm mad Shadow Blake is still not nerfed.
Yeah, you can find.
It will never be nerfed.
I think the first thing I ever posted on Reddit Amity Arena was that I thought Shadow Blake was busted. And nothing changed since then.
Well, the problem is whenever something happens and Shadow Blake isn't amazing, like the next patch she's amazing again. And it's just really annoying because somebody tell me what do I do against defensive Shadow Blake?
You play Shadow Blake on the counter push to defend the Shadow Blake.
Their defensive Shadow Blake already stopped the push. What do I do against it?
You play your own Shadow Blake to defend their push.
Beam of laser on the Shadow Blake.
Now you play Shadow Blake and Pom, and you force the Shadow Blake with your own Shadow Blake, and then you nuke the Shadow Blake and the turret.
I mean, let's be honest. With the introduction of Partners in Crime, there's a one card besides Shadow Blake that's good against Shadow Blake potentially.
Potentially.
Potentially, right? There's still times where it's not good.
The current meta, I think there's like one card that you can grab with Partners in Crime, and that's Shadow Blake.
You can grab Port.
The second grab, because there is nothing to grab. You can get like a gunner.
You can't grab Neon either. I hate Neon even more than Shadow Blake.
I'm
mad
yeah.
Neon didn't get changed.
When I tried to play Partners in Crime and I didn't queue against any of you three, I always found the problem to ever find a potential Partners in Crime play. If the other player played Port, yes, I could use Partners in Crime, but so many people use no unit at all where Partners in Crime is worth it.
So it's pretty much like this. It's the same problem that Blake often gets. It's like when the card is so good that it got all its of the meta. Like the Partners in Crime is still a giant problem. For example, we could push us into like a neon wall defense, and that would work great. It would work much better than Gunship, because Port is not so easily distracted by Ravagers, Gunners, BDS, whatever. Or because Partners in Crime still exists. You cannot play Raven to counteract like Bomb Grenade dodge, for example, Bomb Grenade chip with Raven. You cannot do that because Bomb Grenade exists. You cannot probably play Crow Penny against Bomb Grenade chip because there is still Partners in Crime.
Yeah. I don't understand how things like Port, Shadow Blake, Partners in Crime. I mean, Partners in Crime and Shadow Blake. I know the reason. I know the reason why these two didn't get nerfed, because most people can't play them.
Yep.
Most people can't play, but I don't understand why Port wasn't nerfed.
Yeah, that
Why?
one was the most surprising.
Because Port is so easy to play. You put him down, you close your eyes, you dance around in a circle, and then he killed all the enemy units. It's so easy. Anyone can dance around in a circle after playing Port. If worst come to worst, sometimes you need to place a wall in front of him, you know? Good old East versus West Germany stuff. I guess he's West Germany because he won. Jeez, man.
East, like high peak of Port usage is when you like clip the turret with two petals. You know, when he shoots something in the middle of the map and he still hits the turret.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rom said that on Twitter they said they didn't hear he was too strong until it was too late to adjust him. Well,
I mean, I expect maybe Partner in Crime to be adjusted finally, but Port is almost guaranteed to be adjusted. I'm not sure if the Gunship will be adjusted. It's not healthy right now either.
yeah, it will be adjusted
Like,
in
it's
like
not-
2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4. We will see.
I mean,
Maybe
At least it's
3
not
months.
Like, it's unhealthy. It's not broken. It's just unhealthy.
Yeah, I
like
When
all
start defense, it's not so good.
everything that everything this tells me is they don't have a really good testing team for this stuff, because they're like, oh, you guys are complaining about Port now. We didn't know he was OP. If you had a testing team, maybe you would have caught that when he was released, and then you wouldn't have released him.
Here's what I don't understand, by the way. Here's where I'm totally baffled that they don't do this, you know? Create a account, call it Amity Arena Testing Account, or anything in that vein, and you abuse the fact that you are the goddamn company and give this account 5 million dust. And this account buys everything until every unit is level 12 or 13. Then you get into Arena 9 and you can see what's strong there. Because you don't have skill, you just got gifted a lot of dust, you will get you know what kicks your teeth in, you know? There's no why don't they do anything like this? They sometimes say, oh, we are playing it too. Like what? How can you be stuck in Arena 6 if you are making this game?
What makes me confused is that since I'm a dev on the Discord, I've talked with Ruby a little bit more, and they've like confirmed that there's like at least several people on the team playing Amity Arena. Like they all talk about how this one guy doesn't get like legendaries at all, and I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, if there's that many people playing Amity Arena, how come we never see any of you in like the top A9?
Because it looks like they are all stuck in Arena 7. They get to 2,000 trophies because until there is inflation, then they are stuck. Because my only guess is they are not that good at the game then.
I mean,
It
that's
makes me
understandable, though. They don't have that much time to practice because, they're busy making the game.
Yeah, but it makes me confused because if that's their play testing style, right? How can you like play test everything if you're all stuck in one place?
If you
We stuck in one place. Like, where did that come from? Like, we don't know where they
we don't know that it's not confirmed. But I would think if it's your work to make balance, right? You take, even if you don't do it every day, but if you take every second day 1 hour of testing, you don't even need 1 hour to be honest. You could do 30 minutes per day. You would at some point go to Arena 9. Just it's inevitable if you play long enough, and the game is out sometime. And I would think devs would play. What is, and I mean, if they do that and still not get higher, that would mean they also never play in their free time, right? I don't know how you guys see it, but if it was my product and I'm proud of it, I would most likely play it.
Do they even have a dedicated developer team for the game? Like, I imagine the company has a lot of projects and they rotate developers between them and stuff like that.
Right. And, like, just because they're playing the game, they're probably casually playing it because they're busy making other stuff.
But it also makes me confused because they've obviously they should be like the oldest accounts in the game, right?
Yeah.
So if you're just
Yeah,
checking
that's
in
my
to
one.
request cards and maybe open your keys, you should have like pretty high leveled cards.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
I doubt they are completing the dailies on a daily basis.
I doubt
Even
it as
keys.
well, but it's part of your work, to be honest. If you're in the balancing team, it should be part of your job to play the game at least, like,
Think they
I
have a
mean,
balancing team.
a few minutes a day.
I
Do
mean,
they
I
have a
think they have
balancing
that.
team, though?
That's the question.
That's unlikely.
If your job in the company is to make balance changes, you're part of a balancing team, even if it doesn't exist.
Well, I was talking to Sakuya earlier, like a month ago, and he mentioned that in his experience, small game companies like this often put like the lead programmer in charge of balance, even though this lead programmer hasn't really played a lot of video games in his life and maybe doesn't know that much about balance. And that's just what they have to do because they're small.
Because nobody else is gonna do it. That's usually
Right.
how it goes.
I mean, I feel like that could be fixed by just letting some random people beta test a game of it. You know, all of us who want to
Yeah,
for
I mean,
free.
if you don't have
Right,
time for it, outsource it. We are on. They have an official Discord. They have an official Twitter. They have an official Facebook, and they see people in the game. Oh, look at this CRVT rank 1. Discord. Oh, look, there's a CRVT. Reddit. Oh, look, this is also CRVT.
I have different names there.
Yeah, but it's just an example. I don't know. I mean, I'm always called Shara or Shara Burn. If they see this, I know they saw my stuff before, they maybe could, like, send me an email. You know? Send me a message in Discord. Like, what do you
Maybe
think should we
someday
change?
they'll have some sort of a beta testing server. That would be really nice. But overall, I think the aim of feedback that they use is a bit wrong. Look at the average population. I feel like it's pretty much Arena 7, Arena 8 right now. Players who didn't play for longer than a month. and probably dropped out and moved on.
Yeah.
Less than 500 games total. I mean, that's probably the majority of the player base. It's hard to tell. There isn't much statistics available for the game.
I mean, it's just, you know, to make like an analogy to it. Before in my life, you know, I bought a desk and built a desk. You know, put in screws and everything. So I'm kind of familiar how I built a desk. All right. But if my job, someone tells me, okay, now build me a car, you have so much time, and they're like, you know how to use screws. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it and ask no one for help. I'm just gonna trial and error it. And if I think and then the car is finished, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna test it. I'm not gonna give it to anyone to test it. I'm just gonna sell it. And if the other dude who bought my car I built for him comes back and tells me, well, fake you, this car doesn't work, I can't just be like, who knows, and didn't test it. This is not a valid excuse.
The more I think about it, the more I really like the idea of a beta test server, like, for us to play with. Because it wouldn't cost them anything. They could just pay us in, like, dust, and we'd be happy with that.
We
wouldn't need money.
have the opportunity, man.
I mean, look, if they do that, main community would be happy because the top 50 players are now not destroying them anymore all day in season reset because they are playing this testing server. General public would rejoice. Top players finally can. These monsters, goddamn whales. Oh, I hate them.
Oh my gosh. I've traumatized people, I'm sure, because I fight them back to back on my alt account.
Rain Buckets 1. Rain Buckets 2.
I want to test a new deck. Half of my deck is maxed, and Rain Buckets went offline. And then I just sit there and I spam, like, you know, those sad Blake's emotes that I always use.
Yeah, I don't know. They either use set or emotes or angry emotes. Or John.
I mean, usually I start the match with a thumbs up.
The laughing one.
Yeah.
Oh, the graphic.
My answer is always wonders why, you know? Because I'm the real hero here. They are like, oh my god, my life is so sucky, I'm playing against Sharo, and I'm the hero saving them because I end the game quickly if they let me. They should thank me afterwards.
Sure.
I always just put the pure sunglass emotes. Still my favorite.
I do wonders why.
To use the Laughing John emote. That's just because the playstyle you have is like run a random sun or White Fang squad into the enemy turret and hope they don't react.
No, dude, I have evolved. I'm a next level now. Right now I play Urbane Brothers, and if you don't react, they destroy your turret.
I see.
I have evolved. I'm on to the next level. It's even more brain dead, and it works. It works. I don't understand why. I don't know how. But they kill turrets so good now. They destroy any turret you let them get to.
Cheryl, try Boar with Fox.
Oh, Boar and Fox is so much fun.
Boar is hilarious.
Just throw them an emote, and while they're looking, follow up with Boar, and then use Fox when they react with something.
It doesn't matter if it's like BDS form, just use Fox anyways.
I played against this one dude who used Pom, right? And he threw Pom right at my turret. Game starts, Pom. I play Urbane Brothers, and he didn't do anything. He played like a Nolan in front of the brothers, and then smashed his turret. And I just watched. So good.
Think why or beam turret has on me right after the nerf. Like, I see it, I freeze up. I'm like, what is this? And then it does a bunch of damage.
Everyone watching and you guys, you should definitely try Urbane Brothers. I don't think the buff is technically enough to make them really good, but now they are fun to play.
I
What you
don't
do
have any
is-
Lien to do it.
I have level 12 Urbane Brothers. I prepared for this day.
I'm trying to get my level 4 Fox.
I requested it sometimes, when
Don't
everyone
level
was.
up Fox,
It's
guys. Don't level up Fox.
I didn't. I could level him to 6, but I don't.
Don't level him up.
Why?
No, I need the HP, man.
No, because then he pulls them more. If you don't level them up, they go further when you use the skill.
Ah, the movement
I
speed
don't want them
reduction.
to go further. I want them to go less. I feel like if moving away is actually worse because they don't group up as much.
Very
No,
good
but
one.
then you
Do the
can
God's work.
use it like put the center behind them, and they'll walk forward into your turret range.
Yeah, that doesn't work with Port, who wears off and it shoots the turret point blank. That's
It's
what I
6
was.
seconds. You have 6 seconds to kill Port. How are you not killing him in 6 seconds?
Look, they have a lot of stuff sometimes. I need
Play bats on top of him.
Fox is my panic button.
It's a weird panic button. For me, it was always play Sun and activate. It's my panic button. It's like how
what
it's.
happens if he puts sun around your turret, you use Fox, but they don't run away far enough because you leveled them
No, if
up.
they don't run away far enough, I can shoot them more because my units don't have to move and shoot.
It doesn't matter. The duration of the fear is 6 seconds, and my Sun clones stay maximum 8 seconds if they take no other damage. Which means in the 6 seconds, the first clone will die because of turret shot. Second and third will also die because of turret shots before the fear wears off. Maybe the fourth one. Maybe the fourth one gets one hit off.
Yeah, but 6 seconds of tanking turret damage and then having.
Yeah, but then you assume he didn't play anything else but Fox.
I mean, Sun is a punishment card. He's like a sealing the deal card. Do you want to be able to play Sun like at an empty board?
I want to. I mean, I use them oftentimes as punish, it's true. But what I also would like to work better is if I do a 10 order push with Sun, that where I support him with multiple units, that can work more consistently against good players if I play it perfectly with the right cards.
I mean, it already happens.
Only if the enemy doesn't have any good cards against Sun. If you have Partners in Crime, Neon, if you have 2 cards that can counter Sun, or 3 if it's something I can counter Sheep, I can't do anything anymore. In this way, then my only option is to try to bait too big investment of out of you and then punish.
Yeah, but I mean, that's life. That's how it goes.
It's life, that's how it goes, man. Just suck it up, you're a dirty Sun, man. You
That's
don't
what I
deserve
used
any
to do.
better. Oh, screw
I mean,
you.
I ran into an all AoE deck when running a swarm, and I was like, this doesn't work.
You probably still win though.
Yeah.
It was. I had Neo swarm, so it was slower, and I was like, it wasn't as fast.
Yeah, here's
Wait,
my
how are
solution.
they killing Neo if their deck is all AoE?
They have Zwei, and then they ice fire and
what?
stuff. I was like, okay.
Play
I think they
Ilya.
had Neon too. They had Neon. I was like,
That doesn't exactly kill Neo.
I hate
Yeah, I
Neon.
failed to compute. G
I
Queen
hate
didn't
Neon so
compute
much.
their turret.
Yeah, man. Let's make a list.
Neon.
Looks
Like, who
stream.
likes Neon? Anyone likes Neon?
We make a list right now. Yeah, I think it's.
I like Neon on my underleveled alt account.
yes.
Because
It's the
Whoa,
panic button.
There we go.
Button is not Neon. My panic button is Shadow Blake that is deployed too far forward and almost dies before she can shade.
How's so the list right now is Neon, Shadow Blake, and Port. And oh wait,
Partners in
Gunship
Crime.
as well. Gunship, right?
Partners in crime.
And
What?
Crime, War, and Ravagers.
What? Ravagers and what?
Ravagers.
Neon, Shadow Blake, Port, Gunship, Partners in Crime, Ravages.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, wall, yeah. And obviously, something that really needs to get nerfed, all sun counters. List is complete.
Airship. You need to kill airship. Just delete it.
Wait, airship? What do you mean, right? Do you mean the drop airship? Do you mean the gun airship? Do you mean the AK airship? Which airship do you mean?
All of them. But it's just no aerial units allowed.
No air units, yeah. Go away, Griffin. You're too OP.
Make Scythe Ruby great again.
Make size.
To be honest, like, I think that if we got like all of the mentioned card nerfs, I think like a pomegranate and droid being uninterruptible would be still fine.
Pretty much.
I mean, what would you even do with Ravages? How would you nerf them in any
Make
ways that wouldn't kill them?
And give them 7 of them or something.
2 aura and 7 of them?
I don't think they would be used. I think more like make them 4 and nerfs the... I mean, like, just remember the BDS treatment, so slow movement speed, lock on delay, stuff like that.
Actually, I think slower movement would actually work. I think because you couldn't use them as chip anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's a very minor problem with Ravagers.
It's a minor problem.
They threaten 300 damage for 1 aura.
They still have like giant lock on time. I mean, they have no lock on time. They have giant DPS immediately available.
Yeah, I would nerf the DPS.
Nerf you is it DPS or lock on time. Maybe you want to not nerf the movement speed, but lower the count to 4, stuff like that. I mean, there's plenty. I think pretty much them to 2 aura would make the card unusable, even if you gave the Ravagers small bodies.
Yeah, I give him 30. 2 aura, 30 Ravages. What do you think? Sounds balanced.
They came out to 1 aura.
They could be cleared equally with Mercury, maybe. If you're lucky, they might.
No, I think Mercury would have too small of a AoE size.
Yeah.
What if you carmine them together and then Mercury them?
What if you guys hear me out? What if you play
Right,
Neon?
I always spend 5 aura to kill something that's 2 aura.
What if you played Neon and they chase Neon halfway across the map while dying to the turret?
Yeah, man, we got rid of 10 of them. The other 20 are not a problem.
Wait, what's the turret's rate of fire? It's like...
Was it like 1 shot per second? No, one.
No, it's 0.8, 0.8, 1.2.
Yeah, right, because I got a short reload time between 2 shots.
Right, so like average of
Stupid.
1 shot a second. If you put Neon in the middle and you get 2 turrets on the bats, it would be like
You don't get 2 turrets on the beds for all the time.
I think you could kill most of them with that.
To be safe, you what you do, Rain, is obvious. You play Neon and then you drop your own Ravagers, like all the search of them.
Yeah, you just put them behind Neon.
By the way, that would be why don't we have fun modes? Fun modes that are not hard to be made. Make a fun mode where if you play a unit which is comprised of multiple units, it RNG rolls between 1 and 10. You know? Like something like that. And do it for a week. Do it for a week, take it out. 1 month later, you can maybe introduce it again for a week, you know?
No. You play the AK airship and then you drop 20 AKs.
No. That doesn't.
You drop
No.
2 O'Pay brothers and you get 10.
Bane Brothers would work, but if you play airship, it wouldn't work because it's like as soon as you play the card, it happens because we want to make it easy on development.
Oh.
So
just play Port.
No. It needs to be multiple units. So Port is always
Just
1.
play
Shadow
O'Pay
Blake is
Brothers.
always 1. But if you play Lancer Swarm, by the way, Lancer Swarm and Lancers would be the same cost because it's between 1 and 10. I use Lancer Swarm. Big brain plays.
Oh, yes.
Do stupid modes like that.
How many Malachites you get? How many Malachites would you get? I think it would break the game.
No. Look, Malachite wouldn't work because it's only one unit on the field.
But there are twins. There are two of them.
Yeah, but it's only one. The active brings in the other twin. It's not that both twins are on the field.
Those.
Hold on, I need to look through the list of cards of what are multiple units.
I mean, almost, there's no epics which would work with it. Because all epic and legendaries are single units.
Just play Apathy.
But if
so for BDS, it's impossible to get full value on the Swarm.
That's why you play the one aura one. You play the one aura one.
To get 10 of them.
Wait, you just play thugs, you get... Wait, how would the White Fang squad work?
Oh man, that's kind of...
You get 10 thugs, 10 gunners?
Yeah, that could work, right? I don't know, maybe like for every 2 thugs you get 1 gunner?
Oh, no. Shang family. Shang family.
Oh my god! You get 10 junior!
No, but with Shang family, you make it this way that the bodyguards are the only ones that are in the RNG pool. So you get 1 junior and 1 to 10 bodyguards.
The entire family.
He brings his entire family, my friend. Oh. You know? That sounds great. Like, finally, AK-200s are maybe better than gunners, depending on RNG.
What if you combine that mode with the April Fool's mini Ursas?
Yeah, man. Look, here's a Big Brain Plays. Big Brain Plays is playing the 1 aura BDS, playing BDS Swarm, and then Emerald. You maybe get 40.
Family, yeah.
They would all die to, like, gunners.
What though?
I mean, Lancers could finally be worth their aura, if you are lucky. Ah, that would be great mode for like a short amount of time, you know? For a short amount of time it's available, comes back some other time. That's really fun, it's fresh, you know? Keeps you in the game.
It would use the event tab for more than the 5 fame battles every...
Yeah. Wait, did Discord spaz out again?
I don't think so.
No, okay, but it sounded like you were cut off. Yeah, no, that would be like, instead of play 5 for fame, it's like play 5 of current event RNG multiplication. Or whatever it's called. Or you
I think there is a purpose for play for fame matches, and that's not it.
Yeah, there is a purpose, and it's not fulfilling the purpose.
Oh,
I
that's
worry
true.
though, like, what about the player base? Like, do we have enough people to have a second mode like that, and would you not have queue time problems if you split the players?
Get an introduction to queue times.
I mean,
I know how Clash does it is that you get 1 free entry, and then after you get like 3 losses and you're out, or you get 12 wins and you like get the max reward, and then after that you can play again, but you have to spend like dust.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's even the 800 trophy range, like imagine finding 2 to 3 games a day, like in a regular mode. How do you ever find games in the fun mode?
Yeah, no, you do the fun mode like the fun mode is for 1 or 2 days or whatever, and you either introduce a system like Shadow is saying, or you introduce a system like you can, like Plaza, you can play every 2 hours for 1 hour. or whatever. And then you also do the fun mode, has a limited amount of times maybe where you can play it like Shadow you said, and then levels there are normalized.
Oh, then if there is like no trophy range and no
There's no trophy
can
range, you can play
You can
against
also,
anyone.
yeah. Oh my god, so we get someone in Arena 1?
Yeah, man, it is, what does it really? This is a
That
fun
duo.
mode. Sometimes you get unlucky in the fun mode and you get someone who has more cards, because it's the only thing that matters if he has more cards to choose from.
I doubt it.
And they use AKs 200 and they get 10 of them and then they have a range buff.
Yeah, it's not even that bad, because most of the swarm units, for this mode specifically, if we're talking, I think you get them in really low arena, don't you?
Yeah.
But the only one that matters is the Albane brothers.
I mean, finally, Faunus superiority. Yeah, other events could be like, oh, this event is a Grim event. You can only play Grim cards in this event. And then we do it as the same with others. It's only a short amount of time or a set amount of matches you can play at maximum. Levels normalized, you can play against anyone who queues for it. And then you can only make a deck out of Grim cards. Or you make a Faunus event. Or you make a robot event, which is impossible because there are not enough robots.
You could probably code a lot of the Majesty Cups we've done.
Yeah, you get the random deck one. Great thing for that. I mean, that's a little bit more programming that needs to be done, I imagine. But
You probably
it's not.
can just get rid of the reroll if you're really that annoyed about it.
Yeah, if it's about work, like you can introduce it and then have time to work on it again if you want to, and it comes back in 1 or 2 months, right? You get let's say you get 8 events, you can cycle through them once a week. You have 2 days where the event is going.
What about just a plain tournament mode?
Yeah, tournament
before
mode.
all that stuff.
Tournament mode is great, but I don't think they thought they once wrote it. They're thinking about, but it's coming soon because it too much work or whatever. Tournament mode sounds great, but
there's a lot of user interface and like handling of the results. I imagine maybe there's like scheduling or something.
Yeah, I think that's tougher to make.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make it like solid as part of the game and user interface, there is much more work than like when we host Magic tournament and we pretty much handle all the administration ourselves, not automated.
Yeah.
Can we at least agree? Can we agree that they should focus more on this kind of stuff instead of one new unit every week or so, or whatever it is?
Can I tell
you? I want them to honestly take a break from making new cards for like 3 months.
Because like, look at what kind of units they're releasing now. At Legion Gunship, you know, that's not a character from the show. Nobody's excited about that thing, except that it's got ridiculous stats. And
I
feel like the laziness and the creativity is getting low just because they're making so many units.
And you can easily just change the meta again by adjusting card stats. Like, you don't need entirely new cards to change the meta.
Yeah, but that makes more money.
I mean, I can tell you how it is done in a game like League of Legends. If you know League of Legends, this game is in its 9th season, and before that it's an alpha and beta stage, right? When I started the game in pre-season 1, there was a new champion every 2 weeks, right? Every 2 weeks a new champion. Last year, we released 3.
Yeah, they need to slow down eventually.
The longer the game goes, you need to slow down at one point. And I agree, we are getting closer to the point where they should slow down champion releases, and you should not do it like, snap, now we slow it down. Only 1 per month. You should go it slowly.
Imagine we get something like 40 more cards. At that point, the average player, how much time the average player puts into the game before quitting it entirely, like all the epics before we quit. That I won't get familiar with them.
Yeah. I would just say make it like maybe this last month because I already have it. I would have done it like maybe next month or close to now. Up from now on, only 3. Not every week, like 3 characters a month. Then you would drop it down to 2 a month, you know? And then at some point you can say, okay, 1 per month. And if you got something special like events planned, you can do like, this is a special month, 2 new cards. And if you before that had like a few months with only 1 card, then it's exciting to get 2 cards at all of a sudden. Right now, getting a card every week doesn't feel exciting if you play the game long enough. It's just expected.
Terrifying.
Like at this rate, they're gonna run out of like characters to use.
I don't know, man. People really liked some of those characters in the show that showed up once and never again.
Yeah, man, Team Sun. I mean, they said like, okay, for Scarlet, we could maybe do something. We saw him with this grappling hook, but with Sage, ooh, he didn't do anything. Just the point, like these 2 characters don't really need to be in the game because they did show up only 2 times. Sage did, both characters only did 1 thing, really.
Remember that Volume 3 ending, the single fights?
Yeah.
Very brief footage, like 5 to 10 seconds of the finalists. There were multiple characters that weren't even named, but had unique designs. Like they could add even those.
Yeah, but they only want to add characters where they have source material in what they do.
Looks at card.
That's why they said they didn't want to make a Sage card because they have no idea what Sage does. That's why we'll never have
on Oscar too.
Can someone tell me where the beam turret was in the source material?
Yeah, then we have
Don't you remember? I just rewatched Volume 1. It was an emotional scene when Jean said, "No, Beam Turret, I don't love you, I love Wise." And then Pyro said, "That's alright, Beam Turret, I don't get Jean either." Was really emotional, hit me right in the feels. Don't you remember the scene from Volume 1? Come on, man, Beam Turret, I'm Team Beam Turret.
Are you talking about the Hidden John trailer?
Come on, man. Come on. Beam Turret. Best character. Really love him. Borrow Gun Turret. Ooh. The romance between these 2, because, you know, I was on the Beam Turret plus Jean train, but when Burgan showed up, yeah, it's a new ship for me. I'm all in.
By the way,
what's the ship name? What's the ship name?
The ship name, it's Borrowed Beam. It's a borrowed beam ship. It's coming to you, Volume 7. Volume 7, most character will show up again. Big love, big hearts. Get your Rooster Teeth Prime right now, or first membership, or whatever.
I'm just
first membership when you have Google.
Wall counter. Like, I want an 8 aura Leviathan that counters walls.
8 aura? But 8 aura, you have that already. It's called Queen.
No, she doesn't.
Don't you need to
just information from the show that Leviathans can kill
Look,
walls.
This game is a bit sexist. That's why Queen needs emotional support. If you give her enough emotional support, she would do it for you.
I would play like Queen and Penny against the Pom Chip deck if they couldn't just, swap Pom for Droid and have him shoot down the Queen.
Oh man, you. This show, I just watched a YouTube video a few days ago. It was like, this show has too many characters, Ruby. Which is kind of correct. I mean, I don't know what this was. Good Guys was like 100 characters or something. And it was like, okay, this is how many good guy characters Ruby has. This is how many good guy characters on Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z had less good guy characters than Ruby. And now compare how many episodes they have. Compare the episode amount.
But only 4 of them matter.
What? Are you telling me Ren doesn't matter?
I'm saying he's a
Function's
side
not going to be
character.
happy about that.
Are you telling me that Nora is not one of the most... She's always with Ruby now. Since Volume 4, she ate all the pancakes, and you tell me that didn't matter. Ruby really wanted these goddamn pancakes!
Sorry, okay, let me rephrase. That matters to the plot.
Well, Blake
think
doesn't
that's
matter
what
to the
matters.
plot. It had a lot of screen time.
Exactly, Nora matters more to the plot.
She ate the goddamn pancakes!
I think Oscar matters.
I
No, he
think
doesn't.
Blake is very high maintenance.
Look,
Blake has an
you say
parent.
4 people that matter.
Oscar is the guy who, in the video game, who tells you where to go.
Real quick,
Hey,
what the...
listen.
because now I'm interested. Who are the 4 characters that matter?
If Oscar is the guy who tells you where to go, does it mean that they can like kill off Blake finally? Not needed to prove the plot anymore. Like, do the cat? Can we drop her?
But Shadow, who are the 4 characters that matter?
In meta?
That matter. The 4 characters that matter for the story.
Salem.
Ruby?
Okay.
Ruby. Ruby and Ruby.
I would argue that Wise kind of matters right now because she always
For
was...
Volume 7.
I mean, even in Volume 1, Wise was the only one who had the special ability of character progression, and she used this special ability like 2 to 3 times. Only one who had this ability.
But she forgot
That's
to
true.
like win a fight.
Dude,
Are
she
you
won a lot
telling
of
me-
fights. She's the best support you can have.
Are you telling me that the John versus Cardin stuff doesn't matter anymore?
It didn't!
Dude,
it was
maybe
a
that was-
bullying affair!
You don't know, maybe that was my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, man.
Is it some past trauma you're relating to?
I would
Maybe.
argue, by the way,
Maybe not. You don't know me.
I make joke about Blake, right? I make jokes about Blake because she's my least favorite of the 4. But to be honest, I really like Yang, but if you cut Yang out of the story, nothing changes. What did Yang do in the story, other than talk to Raven? Just instead of, which was not even that important for the story, could be any guy,
She
good
gave
guy.
fan service scenes.
She gave, yeah.
Like, come on, you can't have an anime without fan service.
You have Ruby as the main character, you have Wise as a supporting character for Ruby, right? And everyone else, the other 2 main girls didn't really matter that much, Blake and Yang. Blake a little bit more than Yang for the story, but everyone else is just to progress these 2, Ruby and her sidekick Wise, through the story.
Which is... No, it's everything for Ruby because Weiss is supporting for Ruby.
Yeah,
Yang
but
is
she's at
supporting
least
for
always
Ruby.
along on the journey and is... If you had
So
to show...
is Yang and Blake!
No, but the thing is, Ruby doesn't talk to Yang or Blake. She always talks to Wise. You need her to show. You need Wise to show Ruby's emotional point at the moment. If you really think about it, and it would make the show only about around Ruby, you would have a snippet of Yang just for the scene where she loses her arm. And then you would have a bigger scene with Wise, who's always supporting her. When she gets off to her daddy good guy, she would still have the scenes. She would have the scenes because the scenes are only important to show how Wise got stronger and got back to Ruby to support Ruby even more. But the
Yeah,
Blake
so she's
stuff,
the
you would
support
leave
for-
it out. You would leave Blake out completely. Yeah, but she at least would get scenes. She would get scenes because she's important for Ruby's development.
No, every single one of the Ruby characters is just another supporting character for Ruby.
If she would talk to Blake, I don't know, where she was like, I think in Volume 6, at the end, she said something to Blake, like, I'm glad you're okay or whatever, and was like, whoa, she just talked to Blake for the first time in a long, long time.
No, What about the volume 1 scene where before initiation, he's like,
Yeah, volume 1! First time since volume 1! What? She doesn't matter to Ruby. She talked to her volume 1, and then volume 7 she said, "Are you okay?" Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
deep connection.
Did you finish? Did you finish that book?
No, I didn't finish this book yet. But that's side content. You can't say if you read your homework we gave you, you would understand more about the deep connection between Ruby and Blake and the show. It's bullshit. You can't make me do homework. You already did make me do homework by watching the World of Remnants. That's already homework. Why do I have more homework? Just to understand the show. It should be the other way around. You watch Ruby, and the other thing adds to the show. Ruby adds to every side content, but all the side content adds to the show. This is wrong. This is the wrong way.
This is why Ruby Chibi is just better Ruby.
They use the character. I like the fight scenes. I would like the fight scenes.
Oh,
by the way,
that's true.
my favorite episode in the newest volume was about the backstory of Ospin and Salem.
Oh, that was a good episode.
That was a really, really good episode.
I just want to call out the gods on being hypocrites and stupid.
But back to the point, yes, they can't add any character without source material, which is why Volume 6 gave us the amazing beam turret and gun turret, barrel gun turret. Because Volume 6 had them in there. You saw them in the background. I better believe it. The wall was an important character, and without it, the development of Ruby would have stopped.
They were a pixel when they showed Argus, you know.
They were cut off.
Oh man.
Remember the turrets on the trains that got shut off?
Yeah, right. Barrel gun turret was on the train. Yeah.
That's where they're from. Okay.
Don't you love trains, guys? Trains are really important for Ruby. They represent something for our world. We can look at them and take it to our world how important trains are. Without trains, there would be no industrialization, you know? Really important. You gotta love trains, mate. Do you like trains? I like trains.
Ooh, do you think they're gonna add
I would
manticores?
like to play a train for
I
like
hope so.
Aura.
Like the manticores that were on the train.
Yeah, the two guys on the train.
That instead of the wall. The wall was such a great character, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the only thing we saw with the wall was it getting crushed by a Leviathan.
No. It tanked one shot, and then the Leviathan was like, wait a minute, isn't that an obvious weak point? Blah! And wall is dead.
The wall is just standing there, menacingly.
I cried when the wall died. Was emotionally taxing looking the wall die.
Gave up everything to save us, and in the end it wasn't enough.
You know, it said
for time.
when the wall died, I finally understood what a real sad scene was, and I didn't care about Pyrrha anymore. If the next statue I see is again Pyrrha and not the wall, I'm gonna quit. Screw Pyrrha, give me some wall statues.
Wait, you need to make a meme where you replace Pyrrha's statue with the wall.
Yeah. It died for all of us. It knew it couldn't win, but it had to try.
Just a singular fence post made of bronze on it.
It's our true hero. You know what would be great? It's the two guys from the train, and the one guy, when you replace him, the one guy immediately dies against you. There's a spawn animation. You put those down, they're like, yeah, and one guy dies, and the one is, no, it activates some turrets.
Give me a minute,
Sheesh,
guys.
man. That should have been the borrow gun turret spawning animation. Give it like 2 seconds until it spawns, and there's one guy, the second guy dies, and he's like, oh no! And presses the button, then it's activated.
Where's the did you see on the Twitter the Paint Microsoft Paint art of the wall?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Do you have the link?
It's hilarious. Yeah, hold on. We usually do fan art of cards after release, and we look for someone to do the Argus Shield. Our customer support agent with 7 years of Microsoft Paint experience volunteered.
Microsoft Paint experience.
I have
Where's
Microsoft
the-
Paint experience. I once drew a star on it.
I
Man.
spent 7 years in Microsoft
Can you
Paint
show it on
drawing
the-
Oh
walls.
yeah, I found it.
Can you
Yeah.
show it on the
Yeah,
screen?
very good,
Shiro?
very good. Let me just for the stream here. I need to adjust this. Oh no, I moved the wrong thing. I have so many stuff on my overlay. It's annoying. It's so hard setting up a podcast overlay. So there we go. That's the epic wall.
The wall.
The wall.
The wall art
7 years
savior.
of work has culminated to this.
This is our Lord and Savior, the wall. All praise the wall. The wall shall reign upon us.
Like I'm gonna find the chapter that had WoW in it, and I'm gonna look at for how many minutes it stood there.
Do you think it'll be more or less than the actual show?
I think it's gonna be close. There was like before the marathon, there was a bunch of random griffons, cameras and stuff
Okay,
like
so
that.
it's kind of accurate to the show then. It just stops everything.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my gosh. The wall needs a nerf.
No.
The next time,
The wall is our god now. We shall all pray to the wall.
the next time a waifu war starts up on the main Discord, I'm just gonna be like, wall. None of you, wall.
The wall.
Wall.
The wall. The wall. I love the wall. If I had the genie like Aladdin, I would wish for a wall. Such a beautiful wall in real life. What would I do with it? I don't know.
It's not even a wall, it's a fence. Why would we call it a wall?
It's a wall.
It's a very ineffective wall. The point of a wall is to keep stuff out, right? And then if you have an energy wall, you build it inside, not out. What? Why is the weak point of the wall easily accessible for everyone? On both sides, it's neither keeps anyone in nor out. This
Shero. HP. It's not a weak point. It's bait.
Mm.
Can I just ask why? Can I just ask why Atlas, military professionals, the most rigid people in the entire world of Remnant, Cordovan, decided to use probably billions of dollars built mecha to chase after a cargo ship with stowaways?
Look, I can tell you why. Look, like Cordovan was in the military before Ironwood, right? And when Ironwood raised to the power, Cordovan was such a good person. She was always there for Ironwood. Yeah, Ironwood, you need my help. I'm always there for you. You should do that different. Do it like this. And Ironwood, after some time, got so goddamn annoyed at this incompetent, annoying woman. He said, I sent her out there. It's impossible she can fuck it up. It's the easiest job in the world. And she managed to fuck it up. And if Ironwood also... But he can't fire her. Because they have a social system. If he fires her, you need to pay for every year 1 month of the money she would get for a normal month, you know? So she worked for the Ironwood military, for the Atlasian military, for 60 years now. That's way too much money. He just hopes she retires. Because he can't fire her. It would be too expensive. But the only solution was to send her to the place where she can't fake up because it's too easy of a job.
And then she did.
Then she did.
Solution. That's not the whole solution.
Oh,
Just saying.
Why is she not a card? Why aren't the both the two soldiers of her a card? They are at least funny.
If
Are you telling me the wall isn't funny?
No,
The wall
nothing
has a
against the
sweet
wall.
sense of
My
humor.
problem is with the beam turret, not the wall. The wall is perfect. Look at her. She has. Oh, the wall is so. Oh,
Look at the curves on that wall.
oh the curves, man.
Oh,
I have
it's
never
so
seen her. Woo! The wall is sexier than. Oh, I'm sorry. Woo! It will be a wild night tonight. I got a princess picture out before I go to sleep.
hold on, I need to pin this picture for later.
Oh.
full caption.
I need some hearts for the wall. You know, I'm just gonna send some hearts in the chat. There, it's for the wall.
Somebody call.
It's. Oh my God! Is it you, wall?
It's a wall!
It's a wall! It's a wall! Praise the wall!
Raise me!
Sorry, guys.
So I always imagine the wall a little bit more emotional, to be honest.
Oh my God.
I'm here to protect you from all your
Oh my God.
feelings, you know. You can't let those get hurt.
Yeah, man. Praise the wall.
Oh my God.
Ah.
We can make a religion out of this.
Alright, well, I gotta go save the world. I'll be back. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, see your wall. Save everyone. I believe in you. Buy a wall.
Oh, my wall. But like, is wall so busy?
Wall is always busy.
Like such a short count. I mean,
You see, the wall in the show didn't actually get destroyed. He was simply busy, so he teleported somewhere else in a massive explosion.
Was
Exactly.
that somewhere else? My grandma's farm.
By the
Is he
way,
in a better place now? Because that's what happened to my dog.
He's protecting your dog, man.
the wall
I hope
is.
they're friends.
I also think Cordovan was absolutely right. Looking back at it, she's always said like Atlas is the best country, has the strongest military, protects everyone. Look at the best cards: burrow gun turret, Elysium beam turret, wall, gunship, the AKs, the airship with the AKs, everything from Atlas. Atlas is the best, man. Neon,
And
Atlas,
you know, I bet. And
Penny,
you know, I'm willing
Atlas.
To, no. And I'm willing to bet the White Fang also originated Atlas.
Carmine is Atlasian.
Oh,
Woo!
I didn't know that.
All Atlas, you know. You got Atlas, and then you got some from
Where
Menagerie.
was?
No, you have Atlas, then you have Vacuo.
Yeah, Vacuum Atlas, then Vacuum. Yeah, I mean, I guess we have to take Vale after that because we don't have a lot of cards from the other region.
See, Vale has like tourism and stuff. Menagerie, the Mistral has like culture. Menagerie has refugees. Atlas has technology. Vacuo has sand.
Yeah, this I have already read.
That's the only thing we know about Vacuo. It has sand.
Oh man. No, there are more
I hate
I would
characters.
sand.
like a set.
It's
There are more
coarse and
characters
rough
from
and
Whale, right?
irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, I want the sand card. It may be a good counter to the wall.
Isn't Coco, isn't Team Coffee all from Whale as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's plenty from Whale.
And
Right.
Ranger, most of them are from Whale.
The storage week.
And not Ranger,
Yeah.
Juniper. See,
Yeah.
Ranger, because
No, they're all from Mistral, aren't they?
No, then
Juniper?
Juniper? I mean,
Everyone
the only
except
one
John.
is... Yeah, they're all from Vale, I think. All from Juniper.
No.
No.
Everything from the only one person in Juniper that's from Vale is John.
Well,
He's not from.
if you take Ren and Nora, they are in no territory then. They're on the continent of Vale, but not in Vale territory when they were children.
I thought they were in Mistral territory.
Yeah.
Was it Mistel already?
Yeah, they were from Mistral.
Yes, but is she on village in Mistral or in Vale? Territory. I would say they are neither. They're in the middle. But I don't know. Mistral was already Mistral, yeah. So it's only John? Well, but what's about your favorite character, Cardinal? Corden is the best character, and he's from Vale. Represents Vale really well.
Oh.
I really love Corden. He reminds me of my school time. I had a friend who was called Corden. It always bullied me. No, I didn't.
Actually, his name was Chris Goodness. If you're watching this, Chris, I hate you.
Chris Goodness is the best last name ever. Hey girl, are you ready for some goodness? Oh yeah.
What?
Such a good last name.
What's the ship name for Chris Goodness and the Wall?
Good wall. It's just a good wall, man. You know, there are many different ships in this world, but none of these ships are just a good wall. They're just a good wall, you know? Solid, always working together, does its job. No.
Everyone needs some good wall.
Yeah, man.
I ship it.
Yeah, do you guys, by the way, do we really fast, like, Nora? Are you guys able, can you tell me, with a good conscience, that Nora is good now?
Fox is better.
Yeah.
So Nora is
can
still
not
bad,
do it that way.
always will be bad.
No, I would use her budget Beringel.
I mean, she's a tower diver for Aura.
Look, you say budget Beringel. Is Beringel really good? Is he top one of the best cards?
Not one of the best, but he's
So
definitely
you're
good.
telling me Beringel is not one of the best and Nora is even worse?
I think Beringo's dead now because imagine if they play droid. Like, what do you do?
You jump over the droid, don't take the laser damage and go for the turret.
What
You
laser
just-
damage? It just shoots money.
You just rush out of the lane. 7 or a giant 8-week tank.
You play Sun
No, I
or
mean,
Albane
no, I
Brothers?
mean, using a droid defensively against Beringo. It's probably better for like Queen, Beringo, that type of cards.
But you wouldn't. But you can just switch lanes. You don't try and go into the beam.
I'm not talking about the beam, I'm talking about the regular attack. Well,
Wait.
when you are already as a turret,
Yeah, maybe.
just erases
But
everything.
a lot of people have been doing like the Carmine thing, so they might still get damage.
You just put like
Never
Volt
miss a
Champ
beat.
in front
Never
of your
miss a
turret.
beat. Never miss a beat. Never miss a beat.
Never miss a beat. You never miss a beat as you place down balls.
But now, listen. Imagine a world where Beringel costs 8 aura but has wings.
Oh.
But still never miss a beat.
Look, Beringel is on... This is, by the way, how this Beringel will come on the field, because we can't show Salem, you know? We don't have a Salem card. Says, if you play Flying Beringal, he comes on the field, opens a can of Red Bull, sponsored by Red Bull, drinks a can, and now he flies. That would be great. They really should ask for sponsorship with Red Bull. Do you have these commercials in your in? Oh man,
I
you're
thought,
everyone's from different country, right?
I thought they got enough money from 155.
You know, it's money running low. Money running low. But we only saw one Beringal, and it was not in the official show, right? It was only in the trailer. In action, at least. And every other Beringal had wings. Is the Beringal even canon, then? Are the trailers... Is the middle of the pack trailer canon?
I don't think Beringal is a canon. I think Beam Turret is a canon.
But wait. Did Ruby use her size transformation stuff afterwards? After the trailer?
Yes.
Yes? But not much, right? Only minimal.
She can't really snipe anything.
Look, just because it's a gun doesn't mean it's a good gun.
Okay, did you ever play Ruby in Grim Eclipse?
Yeah.
Or try to shoot anything with her?
No, if you wanna shoot stuff, at least in the past, when the game, before the updates, you played wise, and then you went all in shooting skill.
Because before the updates, you could use animation cancel to put out like 5 regular shots in second, even without the skills. Yeah, no, the thing is, Ruby in Grim Eclipse has like targeting issues. She cannot hit with ranged attacks units that are like right in front of her.
Look, the biggest mistake they ever did was calling it a sniper gun. It's no sniper. She can't hit stuff right in front of her. It's not a sniper, dude.
No, as a sniper, she can only hit things a mile away.
She can't. She never hits anything. Even if
she doesn't have a maximum distance. She has a minimum.
But even at the minimum, if your maximum distance, she doesn't do anything with this gun.
It's quite far away to start hitting stuff. It's the minimal distance is quite large.
Like if you can see it, then it's too close. It's too close.
Yeah, it's funny because like we found like a new glitch for speedrunning the game, where you can like freeze a grim that you are standing on, and the ice will push you through invisible walls, so you can go like outside the map and skip areas.
Yeah.
It has ice dust, so she could potentially do it like with your ranged shots, but she can't hit shit.
Yeah, she can't.
The only reason she can't do it is because she can't actually hit the grim. It's very depressing.
They have homing now. For homing, they don't hit anything wrong. They still shit. The only thing Ruby is able to hit is Nora.
She hit Petra as it was running away.
Oh yeah.
It was off screen, never confirmed. In my mind, because it was off screen, she missed, and Nora had to jump after it and kill it.
Did you notice that in the Petra fight? Did you notice in the Petra fight they never touched the ground? Because it was harder to animate. They were in the trees the entire time.
No, John was on the ground.
Oh yeah, but he was standing still.
No. There were times where he was tumbling around and running and got hit in the balls, and then everyone was supposed to be ha, look at the stupid John, ha. Poor John,
I
dude.
noticed the same thing in the Sea Dragon fight.
There's a Leviathan.
Oh, that's right.
No, the whatever Blake and Sun fought.
Yeah. By the way, screw Blake for that, you know? Sun even said my hero, and she just dropped him like a bag of potatoes that were rotting. Poor Sun.
well done, Blake.
That's
Well
that's what Weiss and John did, right?
No,
No.
John
Oh, yeah, it's,
John hold on to
In the
her and then
beginning.
let Weiss land on his back, so she has a soft landing. Good guy, John.
And
She
then
was
she
already-
said my hero, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. She said,
confirmed ship.
"My hero."
It's
yeah, but
confirmed.
yeah, man. Huh.
Imagine 10 volumes from now, Sean might actually be competent.
I mean, he still did more than most other characters. He saved Weiss' life with healing. He saved Nora's life by shielding her when Dovin punched them with a robot.
I mean, he did like half a wall of effort against Cinder. Like he stalked her for some time
Yeah.
by making a monologue at him.
Compare that
That's
to Oscar. Oscar didn't do anything. He made Hazel angry, so Hazel fought seriously. That's what he did. Good job,
Is
Oscar.
that Oscar's fault or Osfin's fault?
Both are at fault. Both are the same person, kinda. By the way, I think it's pretty obvious. The hint is the next card has something to do with nuts. Obviously, it's Scarlet from the fight in Volume 3 because he got hit by coconuts in his nuts. So, obviously him, right? Scarlet is coming to the game.
And
Oh,
Sun controls him, obviously.
No, it's Hazel, right? I don't know. How does... he will be the next legendary.
Kinda sad.
Is there most likely, right? Legendary Hazel.
Yes.
Did we have a lot of good legendaries? For all the crying around from people like, I never get a legendary, I hate it. How many good legendaries did we have?
2.
We had,
There's only 2 now.
we had Partners in
Yeah,
Crime, Ice
actually,
Flower.
I think there can be only 2, guys.
Look, we
The
had
only usable ones are Palm and KIC right now.
yeah. The high point was when we had 3 good legendaries with Adam, Ice Flower, and Partners in Crime. But 2 of them just died.
Bumblebee was really good on release because they bugged it and she did full damage.
Yeah, she was great because it meant that she did a little bit more damage than Crow.
Yeah,
On
it's
the
almost
turret.
like she actually does damage.
It's like she could do what she was supposed to do.
I think she's supposed to be punishing single tongues. You know those units, like big.
Look, her entire design doesn't make sense. Her active is either AoE clear or
That
big
doesn't
jump.
clear AoE.
Or big jump. But it doesn't clear
does
AoE.
AoE. Yeah,
It doesn't.
It clears
What does
some
it
it
kill?
clears some
Bumblebee
stuff.
kills thugs on even levels, and it hits AO. So it kills bats, too.
Yeah.
She can kill a tank and swarm support behind it.
She sucks against AKs, at least before the patch. I didn't test her against 5 AKs. now.
Bumblebee, I thought Bumblebee was good against AKs.
She's good against AKs.
I don't
She
know.
destroyed.
My experience was that I almost killed all AKs, and that's my entire Bumblebee. And that was 1 aura minus for me.
When I got Bumblebee, the entire time I was like, why am I using Bumblebee instead of Crow?
Exactly. Why? That's the thing she does best, but her active is worse for it than Crow's, and her tech damage against turrets is worse than Crow's.
She would be good if, like, the game was not about range.
And if Neon didn't exist.
Like
If
Neon.
Pura was a thing more, she would actually be okay. Or
Whoa.
like something like that.
Don't worry. 1 more Bumblebee and I have her on level 4.
I have almost maxed Bumblebee and Black, and I have 1 pomegranate. God damn it.
My pomegranate is level 2, 2 out of 4.
I have 1. I have 1.
It's so funny.
I think I only got like 100 Sapphires since Pomegranate release.
I always get my legendaries after the next one is released, right? So I couldn't get Raven until Freezerburn was released, and when Freezerburn was released, I got her twice, once in the shop and once in a crate. Immediately level 2. Before Freezerburn was released, impossible for me to get her. Same for Partners in Crime. I was unable to get Partners in Crime until Raven was released, and then I got him to level 2 immediately.
I still don't have PIC.
Rip Shadow. Spend more money.
No.
No,
I
wait.
don't have a job.
Then you go out there and get yourself a goddamn job.
No, I start school in a month.
Oh, man.
Oh my
I gotta start college.
We have an update on the wall. The wall went out and did some workout. Look at these
man.
abs.
Oh man.
Okay,
Thank you, Woblins, for the new wall.
I did it, guys.
So we just need to update it with the new graphics, and we are pretty much set.
And here we have an actual scene from Ruby.
Yeah, just awesome.
Yes.
It's majestic. I wish the wall were still here with us.
Bow down. Bow down.
Look, we started with a normal wall. Then the wall worked out for us to be ready for the fight. Then the wall fought for us and gave her life, whatever, for us all.
And we built a statue in its memorial.
The memorial for the wall.
Let's kind of waste. Could just build another wall.
No, there can only be one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I disrespected the wall. They replaced the wall.
Oh, legendary wall. Yes, they should release a legendary wall card, definitely.
Yeah.
Would improve the game by a lot.
Like legendary neon.
No, I want legendary card, neon, and flint, you know? And you would think what this card does, right, is you play neon, she moves faster, and flint does AoE clear. No. This is not how this neon and flint card works, because this card is ridiculously strong. It plays neon goes to your turret, but before she reaches enemy turret, flint appears, does this damage to the direction back to your turret, which turns neon around, and she does one more lap around your own turret before clashing in the enemy turret.
Oh
For a really long neon taunt duration where you can't kill her.
Oh,
No,
can you copy
10
it
or
with
a-
Velvet?
No, 10 or a neon. She just does a circle 8 in the middle of the arena. Just back and forth.
That's the best neon, dude. And then it's not just if you play her, it's like, because right now it's just never miss a beat, right? It's just twice. It's not enough, right? Every time she turns, like, it's again, never miss a beat, never miss a beat, never miss a beat, never miss a beat, never miss a beat. And it goes faster and faster the longer she's in place. Never miss a beat, never miss a beat, never miss a beat, never miss a beat. Until you can't understand it anymore because she says it so fast.
It's just white noise.
It's just
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
But don't worry, every time you play a new neon, you can create a chorus, you know? Then you got different neons, so it's like, never miss a beat, never miss a beat, never miss a beat, never miss a beat, never miss a beat. A chorus from different neons that say different speeds and different tones, you know? It's a game in itself to create the most majestic neon orchestra.
Oh, did you guys see the deck 155 was using once with neon in the shop?
No, I don't
What
think
he
so.
did-
I played against a lot of those such decks from him. Which one do you mean?
He put two shopkeepers back behind the central tower, and then
Oh,
he
no.
put a neon in the middle. And neon doesn't move forward because He's stuck there. And then he cycled to another neon, and he played like 10 neons. And then the shopkeep died, and they all went out at once, and he killed your turd in one hit. And it was amazing.
You can't use the moment.
That's incredible.
They should release like a card, which that would be an interesting design, right? Like a prison card, which is like a square where you can place one unit in it to bank the aura for it. For I don't know how long, like 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 20
Can
seconds.
you use
I don't know.
abilities in there?
What?
Can you use abilities in the prison?
No.
Hmm.
It's
I mean-
just to bank. It's just the unit is in this prison and can't move.
I mean, you can kind of do that with the twins.
Yeah, but the twins suck. I want to do it with a unit that has value.
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
You can't say things like that.
Oh, why not? It's my stream, isn't it? Let me check quickly. Shadowburn is live. Yeah, it looks like it's my stream.
No, we had a oh gosh, I was talking about
he's pretty good to play with twins.
yeah that. And I just remembered all of that. We had a conversation earlier, and I said something like, "Hey guys, I'm playing some games with some twins today," and it just kept going and going, and we kept saying dumb stuff like that. Like, I'm playing with twins right now, and I'm having so much fun playing with these twins. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, dude. Let me just quickly add the 18 plus tag on my stream. What else?
And then CRBT said, the twins suck. And then you just said that again.
No, it's good. It's good. All good.
Secretly, my goal is to make this an NSFW stream so you get less views.
We already
No,
have
no,
the
no,
wall.
dude.
We
Yes.
have probably like 2 people in the audience.
Between the twins and the picture of the wall. With the abs.
I don't know. It fluctuated. Like top was like 10.
Half-naked wall.
No, right now it's a wall memorial. Right now it's a wall memorial. Dude, you can't always be like, oh my god, let's go 1-to-1 through this. Okay, let's see here. We need to go through all the changes. Nolan's Porfirio. Attack speed nerf 2.1 to 2.3. Let's do a half-hour discussion about this. Do you think this changes
It did
any...
nothing.
No, you just say, that's an interesting change. Did nothing. Next. AK's 200. 5 to 5.5. That could do something. Still not good enough. Bycatching Bumblebee? Man, these cards still exist, lol. Size Ruby. This is a change that could be interesting. Let's Size Ruby something we could in theory talk about if you guys want to. But
AoE run with less damage.
the important thing is this change from 1 second to 0.5 seconds there.
So AoE,
Works too much.
it's better. It doesn't get stun locked forever.
It's finally a usable card. Summoner wise, Armor Gigas does AoE damage. I played the Raven Summoner wise deck, and it worked way better with the Armor Gigas doing AoE.
I mean, it's still not good, though, because Weiss dies in 2 shots to the stupid gunship. Oh
No,
my gosh.
the big problem
so much
isn't that Wise dies too fast. My problem with this deck always was that the Armor Gigas are all running away from my Summoner Wises too far that Raven can't teleport both, or that Summoner Wises decide like, oh wait,
I
what's
feel
that on the other side of the on the other lane? Oh look,
I feel like
it's a BDS.
I feel like you would have a better chance of stacking without Raven and with more cycle.
Yeah,
If
maybe.
you have more, I think if you want to, you have a mass units. cycle is better because you have the 1-1-1 defense.
But I managed to, with Raven and these, in Summoner-wise, I managed to have like 4 Summoner-wise and 6 Armor Gigas.
Jeez.
Then the game was over, so I don't know. The problem with these cycle decks often is that the game ends too fast in one way or another. If you play against a good opponent with a good deck, you don't have enough time to stack them, because you will take one turret and then 3 minutes are over when you finally get your stack going.
If I go against your deck, I would just fire Droid into both of them and they die.
Yeah, well, with Droid and changes, yeah. Screw Droid, dude.
You could heal through the droid with one of the John. It's more like there is PIC to grab the Raven. Bomb grenade, one-shot stuff that you cannot heal. You can use another Raven to like dodge it, but no
Oh
time.
yeah, White Fang Lieutenant has like 6,500 health now at level 13.
That's
So
crazy,
what?
right? I'm really
That's
close
crazy,
to level
man.
13 with him.
I've played against a few level 13 lieutenants, and they just died to bats anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, obviously, it's just, he still doesn't get anywhere without dying. Because the game has enough damage and enough distractions, like, oh wow, he has 30% more HP, now he has enough time to kill 2 more BDS.
His
Big
walk
value
cycle,
play!
his walk cycle, he slowly walks into the middle to kill 1 BDS, and then he dies because he just takes so much damage.
Yeah.
He's got a really slow walk cycle.
Really
What
want
if
to
they
wait.
made him as fast as the Ursa?
Ursa!
As fast as Disco Disco Lieutenant.
No, as fast as Boar rolling.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh!
Dude, you play him, Sonic starts playing, he gets to a ball, puts his shades up of it like this, loads himself up and then rolls around with his shades on top of him.
Guys, do you know what happens to very fast units?
They get neon taunted.
They chase her all the way.
Which is, if this happens with Sun, it's great. It's the only unit I want her to taunt. And only my main Sun after casting his ability.
Yeah, I mean, just like White Fang Lieutenant right now, if you use 5 BDS to defend from him, he can actually kill a BDS. So I don't think it's very efficient. You probably should just use Neon.
Oh man. By the way,
Like,
Griffin and Nevermore shit got buffed. Now we can play Gunship.
Yay!
What? They're like, okay, we're buffing our both most prominent air units, and here's a better one.
Wait, Charo, did you know that Griffin was designed to kill long units?
This card was made. Wait, let me do it right in the right voice. This card was meant to fight off-range units at a low cost. Except, it just died to their skills most of the time, and it's hard to adjust due to good cost efficiency. We did what we could.
ranged
Are
unit.
you saying it was supposed to kill ranged units?
I thought
Okay,
it was
think
supposed to
about
kill
this.
melee units.
Griffin. Think about this. Griffin and Beam Turret cost the same. One of them actually killed ranged units. One guess which one it was.
It was Griffin.
Griffin always. Obviously.
It's Griffin, man.
Griffin kills Torchwick, I guess.
Are you sure? Like, turret probably kills Griffin during the time.
Look, let me tell you something, right? I use Sun and I use my active on your turret. Which card I'm more afraid of to be played on my main Sun, Griffin or Ravages? Ravages, because I kill him faster. Now we
Yeah, I
look
mean,
at the aura cost.
Buffs to all
1
the
aura? 3 aura.
What is this change? Absolutely useless. I mean, if that's his purpose, you need to change his range, I guess. Do you make Griffin range?
No,
But-
no, up his speed again. Up his speed.
Make him flying boa tusk, are you saying?
No, make him have a dive. So after a few seconds of like flapping closer, he starts diving at people. With like his tail extended.
Did you ever play the Chinese game?
No, I downloaded it. It wanted too much stuff off from me, and I said no, and then it didn't work.
That Griffin boss, and it is like creating tornadoes that do AoE damage, and then it does a like diving attack that pretty much melts half the screen. So there is some potential there.
But that's not in the show. You can't only put stuff into this game that was in the show, like Elysian Beam Turret.
So yeah.
But it's so funny. Malachite twins, plus 32% attack. That sounds like a giant buff, right? And it didn't change anything.
No, they're pretty good tower diver. Like, if you don't have PIC to prevent them from constantly stacking back.
Are they
then
doing as much damage as Crow?
Are they doing as much as
They do
Bear?
more damage.
But how
As,
hard is it to stop them compared to Crow?
You can just send them back forever until you have enough to play like 2 pennies or something dumb and support them with that.
And you get away with that?
I have Shadow Blake and Neon and Wall. I can play defense against anything.
That's a challenge I accept. I use Sun.
Whoa,
I play Neon.
No. Look, doesn't even work because I sent my Sun clones behind your turret. You play Malachite twins, and then I know
At
you're.
that point, you would put a Nolan on top of
Yeah,
Sun
if I
and he
let
dies.
Sun get that close, I put Nolan on.
No, I've
No,
squad. I
put
use it.
Rev-
If I do this, I use it with squad, right? You play Malachite twins. At that point, I'm playing squad. Sun. Sun is inside the squad. You play Nolan. Nolan doesn't count attack Sun because he dies to squad fast enough, and even if he gets an attack because you're playing farther away, he only hits squad. Then I use my Sun ability behind your turret, which then can't be taunted by Neon, and your wall is
Yeah.
useless.
I can do something like Neon and Fox.
And
I don't know.
Ravager.
Fox
Neon
is
Ravager.
a valid option.
Neon
Fox,
Ravager.
yeah, Fox would work.
Yeah, Fox is OP.
Fox is...
Why
Fox-
does it last 6 seconds and Weiss only lasts 4 seconds? Weiss is harder to pull off, and the only advantage to Weiss is you get the turret freeze.
No, and you get a little bit
Fox-
of AoE.
No.
Right. Fox is
You can
below
kill
it.
VDS
Fox-
with it.
It's faster. Fox is safer.
Do you have
and
my
it lasts
stream
longer.
open?
I think all 3 Vice units suck now.
Do you have my stream open? Because I show you the real advantage. Look at all these sweet costumes! Does Fox have them? No. Icewise has them. We got the classic one. We got the pajama one. We got the ball one. We got the school one. We got the ice skating Wise. Does Fox
Oh,
have this?
But where's the swimsuit Weiss?
Yeah.
There was never a
Where's our
swimsuit in the show, man. You can't do swimsuit.
swimsuit.
Ice
And
skating Wise, on the other hand, is totally in the show. You just need to look really, really hard.
I just want to see all the Ruby girls in make outfits. It's the one thing I
Yes.
agree with Togo.
Yes, let's get that in the game. Make that your weekly feedback.
Yes.
Beach episode, Volume 7.
Yeah, man, we need a beach filler, like it's a beach special. World of Beaches.
Wait. We just have to wait until Vacuum.
Oh, that's gonna take forever at the pace we're going.
So
Wow, you have a
come back
lot.
to the game 5 years in the future, and we might have a beach scene.
Shiro, you have a lot of bumblebees.
Yeah. If I get the legendary, it's most likely a bumblebee.
Wow.
Yeah, I can pretty much say the same.
Wow.
Look, if a card
That's
release,
really bad luck. I'm so sorry.
Dude, I had level 3 Bumblebee, right? No, I had level 2 Bumblebee when I got my first Ice Flower. I had level 3 Bumblebee when I got my first Oobleck. And then between every other legendary were some Bumblebees.
You're gonna have level 4 Bumblebee before you get Freezer Burn.
Yeah.
I have level 4 Bumblebee before I have Freezer Burn. I have this and Ooblex, then the rest of my legendaries times 4.
We never get a swimsuit episode in Ruby due to Monty. Monty was against swimsuit. Didn't he he made an animation with Samus Aran fighting and going into a serious suit Samus. How can he be against a swimsuit episode?
Who's against swimsuit episode?
Monty.
Apparently Monty.
Rom says
Oh.
Monty
But I want to WoW with swimsuit.
He was against fan service stuff in anime.
Luckily,
Why?
Neo appearing isn't fan service, am I right?
That's why he made all the skirts have frills.
What some people like frills.
I mean, I guess thank God for Mojo Joe. Right?
I don't know your reference.
He's done fan art of
Yeah.
maids in swimsuits.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he does great fan art.
By the way, didn't Sumner Wise release after winter?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they gave up on the chronological stuff.
Why is my Sumner Wise level 6 and my winter level 5?
RNG.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Look, Penny is nearly level 7. And the first epic I could have made level 7 is still at level 6. Screw you, Neptune, and thanks for the reroll. Now that I can reroll, I don't have to worry about more Neptunes anymore.
Yeah, Sniper Ruby at level 7.
What if your last reroll gets you to?
That's really unfortunate. Sometimes you don't reroll out of fear of getting Neptune.
It's so dumb though, because like sometimes I reroll the same one again, and I get the original card.
Yeah, man, if you have only one reroll left after rerolling, and you don't have Neptune, you can't reroll an epic card. Because you have to fear that you get Neptune, and then you can't reroll them.
But if you have 10 Neptunes down, think about it.
I mean, eventually you will get some line out of it if you get him again.
Eventually.
No, rerolling has stopped it. But I got more Noras thanks to rerolling, which is really unfortunate. I oftentimes got her after rerolling.
Nora
Imagine
has
2
always
Aura
been,
Neptune.
2 or a
Is
Neptune,
it like a wolf?
then he's good.
Is he?
Yeah, you can just use him as a
I mean,
slightly
he's
worse
good
Nolan.
defensively, but I
What
mean,
is-
he's a
Three
drawing
wars.
now, and
How much HP does he have? 697?
I mean, he would be very good on defense, like you just said it for his drop,
Yeah.
but other than that, not
He's
really.
Nolan is 1 level up on oh wait, he's 792. I need to check what's the level up of him.
I don't know about Neptune.
Yeah, he would have Nolan would have slightly more HP than Neptune on even levels.
2 Aura Neptune, you would just drop him on bats, and then you put your own bats behind him, and that's like a really big threat, actually, if they don't do anything.
You have to look at it this, right? He's a Nolan with a little bit less HP, but the trade-off is he has a drop skill and more damage, and higher attack speed, and also range. For 2
He
Aura,
has like
He has an AoE.
yeah, for 2 Aura he would be worth it.
Yeah, he would be. I'm not
Hmm.
sure if he would be like over wolves and neons. Like those are the 2 aura picks. Better than Roy's, that's for sure. Because that's no contest. he would replace Roy pretty much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, if you look at 2 aura, who would you take instead of Neptune? Wait, I've sorted wrong because of the Rendo tournament. Aura. Other 2 aura cards that you would maybe put above Neptune. The Gunners, Neon,
Yeah.
maybe Sucks. Depending on your deck, Emerald could be better. The Wall, because it's a wall, dude. Ooh, good wall. Good wall.
Good wall.
Good wall
Yeah,
indeed.
correct.
Yeah, but you don't even have Bottle Sean got nerfed to 3 aura. If
How
you want a
much health
fast
did
cycle
they
deck
have?
and Neptune's only 2 aura, he's a potential cycle card for the slots that you lost because
Replace Roy. That's it.
yeah, if you have
Have
Roy,
that.
you would replace him definitely. I mean, there's even a discussion if you don't need the aura, if you have if it would be fine for your deck to have a 2 aura card instead of a 1 aura card, and you could swap out Nolan for Neptune because they have nearly the same HP. Nolan has just a little bit more, but damage wise and attack speed wise, Neptune is way better with the drop skill
And range.
and
Just
range.
nothing, no.
I've experimented with him, and he's pretty okay if you put him behind the wall too.
Yeah, behind the wall he's also good.
And then
Well, what isn't good behind a wall?
non-melee
here's
units, single target melee units.
Neon is not good behind the
Wait,
wall
I can
because you're-
even tell you a range unit that's bad behind the wall.
No, you play the Neon, and then you use Neon to protect your wall, so your wall can die a peaceful death. That's
Do you know
the
which?
meta.
Do you know which range unit sucks behind the wall? Goddamn
Wall.
Oobleck. Why? Why is there no Oobleck buff? Still.
Because you're not using right. You have to get the tri-black down every time. The
It's so,
legendary tri-black.
dude.
I look at
Oobleck
Oobleck.
is
legendary. Like, we
he's
cannot have-
nearly as useful as Roy. I'm sure. If he just was like 2 aura cheaper, I would compare him to Roy.
I look at Oobleck and I look at Port, and I wonder what were they thinking.
Really, swap the aura cost, and Oobleck still sucks, and Port is maybe balanced. But still
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
belong in this game. Because his attacks don't make any sense in Amity Arena.
Isn't Oobleck's DPS less than Roy's DPS?
Oh yeah, Roy got that huge attack buff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Roy has greater DPS than Oobleck.
Wait, I can check it with. I mean, he's higher level, right? He's 162 at level 12, right? Oobleck is only level 2 for me, I think. Yep. So he is minus 2. He has 135.
135 DPS. Like, why not 300? Like the gunship.
But he's minus 2. My
Like-
Oobleck is minus 2 to my Roy, right? My Roy is level
Okay,
12,
so
my
that
Oobleck
would
is level 2.
actually-
I can check library. If Woblins
That
did a
would
good job,
actually be
library
close.
will tell us the truth.
I mean, Rain, do you remember how you thought that on release Oobleck would be the best legendary?
When did I say
What?
that?
What? Why did you
Okay,
think
Oobleck-
that? How?
Oobleck has 123 DPS, and
Look, you
level
guys
9
didn't
will-
use Dan. You thought Oobleck was good. Next time if you read patch notes and think you know how good the card is, ask me
level
first.
ni-
Ask me
Okay, level
first.
9 will
I
have
at least can
122.
somewhat predict it accurately.
Level 9 Roy has 122 DPS, and level 1 Oobleck has 120 DPS. So Oobleck does slightly more damage than Roy.
Oh
But then
man,
on
oh
that-
boy, just for
For
3 more
3
aura.
more aura, you can
Oh boy.
slightly higher.
You
And
know,
that's on tournament level, so on ladder, Roy will be higher
Wah.
level.
Oh yeah,
Wah,
definitely.
wah. Look at Roy, dude. What a
Also, I'm
monster.
pretty sure I was joking about Oobleck, but
oh, you were serious.
Was
I
I?
never understood why. Yeah, but I mean, we didn't know the abilities. Yes, I think it was like data mine, and we had.
I like how Roy's skill
I know.
animation help thing in the game shows him hitting 3 thugs at once. And that just doesn't happen in the game. Like, they cut out him from out of that time.
Wait, how are the thugs positioned? Well, they never stand like this. By the way, this range is bullshit. This range isn't as high as shown here. This is so bullshit. You would only hit one. You would only hit the first one.
That's beautiful. That's just beautifully lined up, and that doesn't happen ever.
Well, his range isn't even this long. His range goes to the first suck. His range isn't as long as this is. He wouldn't go this far. These two are out of range, even if they would stand like this.
It's precise, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe hits 2, but no way. Look here. Range 4. Skill range 5. Range 4. Skill range 5.
He has a 1 tile pierce.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but he targeted the second one.
He targeted the second one? Well, will he ever do that in game?
No.
I was like Fox confused and like stumbled into the range after Roy already locked on the second one.
Also,
Like,
very
who needs
realistic Fox ability. He will obviously stand right in front of the enemy unit.
And he used only one tag.
Look, the big thing about these abilities are their big range, and they are always like, okay, the other unit is staying right in front of you. Use your ability.
And I very much like how the tag survives the bomb grenade.
By the way, I don't know if you guys know this. I only played against Freezerburn, right? When the opponent used his active, I couldn't see anything happening inside the field.
Never saw freezing.
Because as I
I
understand it, the one using the ability can see inside what the units are doing.
mean, if you use Cinder AoE, it basically hits everything.
But here, it's like, I played against Freezerburn, pushed the turret, he used the active, and I didn't see anything.
Oh, I get it now. You play Freezerborn, and then you play an Ilya, and you hope they don't notice anything.
Yeah,
And
that would
Ilya
work.
goes
That would
down.
work because you don't see anything. The enemy can't see inside the cloud. I had to wait and see which units survived afterwards.
Just play a wall and don't need to see anything.
Ah, man. By the way, are you guys? I mean, I know Shadow is. Are you guys playing the randomization tournament?
I don't know if I can still sign up for that, actually.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Should we
Sign
roll
up for
your
that.
deck, Shadow? Would you allow me the honors of rolling his deck if he wants to play?
I mean, I can do it.
You can do it,
Yeah.
but I'm asking you if you would let me.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, do you want your deck rolled?
Right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
Mine?
It's
Yeah, give me a second.
yeah. Get ready. I hope you guys are hyped and shit. Give me some numbers. Who do you think will be rolled?
Ruben Blake.
Okay, what's the reroll? I have 2 rerolls.
You have two
rerolls
two
at the end.
rerolls you can use on. You can wait until you have all your cards and then use your rerolls for cards you don't like. You have 2. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you 2 cards you can have, and you choose between them. You get 2 commons, 2 rares, 4 epics and or legendaries. Are you ready, Rain Buckets?
Yes, it's happening tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did we ever get around to adding that rule, where you have to join the League Academy, like,
Yeah.
24 hours before?
24 hours before? We just said you had to join.
If
Oh.
this rule exists, I'm out of the cup because I didn't join
that
early
was
enough.
what we talked about last time, just as an idea to make sure we can disqualify people who aren't in the academy.
I think the rule, I can write it up now, but I think what the rule is, you have to be in the academy before, like, the tournament starts.
Yeah, but people still
That's the rule
don't-
right now. I proposed a rule last tournament.
But wouldn't it make more sense? Like you need to be an hour early in the academy.
Well, some X time early, so we
Yeah,
can
but-
disqualify people who don't show up by that time.
24 hours, I think, is a bit too much because this game relies so much on donating cards for a lot of players. So they do want to
Okay,
join
yeah.
later, so I would say 1 hour would be a better rule.
Okay, so 1 hour.
I think would be a good rule. So you
Yeah, how
can,
does that
after, when the 1 hour mark is, you can already look through it to disqualify people.
How does that sound, Shadow?
Sounds like typing.
I can write it up right now.
So, Rain Buckets, are you joining the tournament?
Yes, I'm joining.
Very good. So, just a weird question, by the way. Would you like Griffin or Albane Brothers?
Oh, I haven't had a chance to play the new thing, but Albane Brothers.
Good choice, in my opinion. So, now, it's a weird question again, but would you prefer Ursa or would you prefer Paladin?
Oh no! Crap! I have to play both Albane and Ursa or Paladin? Oh no! Why?
You get two rerolls at the end. You get two rerolls at the end.
Okay, let's pick Ursa for now.
Ursa for now.
Really? Not Paladin?
Ooh.
Ooh, he
I'm
chooses.
gonna put the Albane Brothers
Do-
behind the
Look,
Ursa.
if you want to, you can also play Dear Mr. CMVT. We can make you a deck.
No, I'm just thinking that Albane Brothers are gonna run ahead of Zeus.
Well, I'm just waiting for the turret to lock onto the Ursa, and then I'll play the Albane Brothers behind them, and they'll kill everything that's locked onto the Ursa.
I don't think I need to ask
Maybe.
this question, but would you like Taijutsu or Beam Turret?
Oh. I'm thinking about that one.
That's a
No,
genuine
I'm not. I'm not getting out Beam Turret.
That's gonna be a reroll, I'm sure. He really thinks Beam Turret sucks. Right?
It got nerfed. Just look at all the nerfs it got.
Yeah, but is it worse than a Taijutsu?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
don't know what people are
what?
gonna play.
Here's. Oh no! I know the answer. Why? Would you like Beowulf, Alpha, or Port?
Give me
Let's
four,
go, David.
please.
What is this? How can you be so lucky? Jesus.
I mean, our support is the good deck
Yeah.
tournament.
So, would you like Mercury or Penny?
Oh, that's actually. Huh.
Interesting. Huh? You already
I'm
have
thinking.
4.
Well, because people aren't going to put gunners in their deck because it's random. So
I mean,
probably
if they
not.
got them, they would probably hold on to them because it's cheap card.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
rotation.
I'll go with Penny and hope that I get something cheap later on.
Okay.
Good luck.
Hoping to get a cheap epic. How cute.
And
Look,
maybe I'll get Fox.
Look. How does this sound for cheap epic? Bringle or Velvet?
Ooh. What do I have that can beat? I only have Port and Penny.
Sounds like velvet.
But Baringle sounds awful. I'd be running Albane or some Baringle.
Sounds like a great deck.
Maybe I just take maybe hold on.
Wait, Shaw, are you writing this down?
I'm writing this down
I
here.
think I go with Velvet.
With Velvet?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go with Velvet and
Ooh.
hope
Okay,
I
I
get
think
something
it works.
cheap.
Okay.
Oof.
So next up, we have for you Tyrion or Pomegranate.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's hard.
Wait, I'm at
Tyrion.
6 cards right now?
You get this card and another epic. Or legendary.
Okay,
Could be
so-
also legendary. Epic and legendary share a pool.
Wow, that is
Sounds spicy.
Spicy is one way to describe it. What would I even use Palm Grenade for, though, if I'm running Ursa and Albane Brothers?
I mean, you could
What would you
try
use Tyrion
rerolling
for?
these two.
Yeah, I could. Oh, wait, if I could do the Palm Port strategy.
Oh no.
Oh
That
god.
sounds
No.
terrible.
Oh,
but
no.
have you ever seen a fast-moving port? That's hilarious.
No,
It's so funny.
wait, no. You could velvet the port, and then you have 2 fast-moving ports.
Oh, yes! Oh my gosh. It only costs, wait, 15?
Yeah, 15. 9
15.
plus 6 is 15.
I think in randomizer, I think I want Tyrion, maybe?
Are you sure in this? Should I lock it in?
Because if I pick Palm and then I use it, I don't have any defense. So I can't
You just
actually
go for it.
afford to spend 6 on random. So yeah, Tyrion.
Tyrion it is, my good friend. Tyrion it is. So,
Port Penny.
next up.
Yeah,
For
Tyrion
you.
Port Penny.
Oh no.
Who's that?
Oh no, no. I don't want to tell you what you got. I start
it
with the
really
card
bad?
you won't pick. You surely want Neo, right? I shouldn't even tell you the other one.
I do like Neo a lot. What's the other one, though?
It's just, it's a bad card called Partners in Crime. I wouldn't use it.
Oh my god! Oh my
Wait.
god! That's got Petty, Tyrion, and Partners in Crime. Yeah, give me Partners in Crime.
Damn it! I thought I really thought this as a Neo one. You got 2 rerolls, my friend. You surely want to reroll Partners in Crime.
No.
Damn
It's
it.
Wait,
actually
your deck-
really good for randomizer because
Wait, no.
every deck is heavy.
Your deck is
Yeah,
like
it's so
5
heavy.
point. It's like
It's
4
so
point.
heavy, but I have Port and Tyrion and Partners in Crime.
All your cards, I mean, a lot of your cards sound really good.
I can use Velvet on Partners in Crime.
Oh my god.
The problem is just your deck is way too expensive.
Just
Exactly.
reroll Ursa and Albane Brothers. It's
Definitely
really
need to
easy choice.
reroll the Albane Brothers.
Really? I think they are more useful than Ursa, but fine. So you want to reroll a Bam Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we get for you? It's a common card, so it's between White Fang Squad, which is not bad, right? And Paladin. No, not Paladin. My bad. No, right. It's Paladin. No. Wait, White Fang Lieutenant. I'm dumb. It's White Fang Squad and
White Fang Squad, please.
Are you sure? I think Lieutenant would really round out your composition.
That would be such a spicy. No, White Fang Squad. I want to win, not just me.
A Velvet, so you could run like Fighting Lieutenant Velvet.
So dumb.
I could copy the Lieutenant with Velvet.
Okay,
Okay.
next up. This
So,
time it's for real
boy.
Paladin. And... Oh, damn it. No, you have already White Fang Squad. May.
Wait, what's going on?
Paladin and May. Oh, no, you didn't even tell me what you want to reroll. I thought you wanted to
Yeah,
reroll Ursa.
I don't know. I kind of want to do the Partners in Crime and Ursa thing. And just see if I can steamroll people.
Oh, my bad. I already assumed you want to reroll Ursa.
Yeah, the
You know this is only your round 1 deck.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, though.
Don't worry,
Yes, I
Drifted. I
have.
will re-upload this video on YouTube, and you could also look at my videos in Twitch if you want to see it earlier.
I mean, Tyrion or Penny, no?
Yeah, probably one of those two. Or maybe it's Velvet. Let's try Velvet.
You want to reroll Velvet?
That's pretty crazy.
That's your cheapest card.
No, it's not. I can only copy
Maybe.
Port, Penny, Tyrion, or Partners in Crime, so she's gonna cost 5 or 6.
That sounds nice.
I would never do jokes, man. Okay, so you want to reroll Velvet, yeah? Is that correct?
I said so. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, you can still change it.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I want to run people over with an Ursa, though.
Wait. You got a card doubled. Okay. Ooh, that's a good choice for you. It's between Torchwick and Nora.
Ooh.
Obviously Torchwick, so you can do the yo-yo strat.
Do you have partners in crime and Torchwick?
If he wants
that could
to.
be funny.
So many Torchwicks.
I want to go with Nora, though.
Do you lock in Nora?
Yeah.
Okay, so your deck is White Fang
This is a
Squad, Ursa,
spicy
Beam
deck.
Turret, Port, Penny, Nora, Tyrion, and Partners in Crime.
The smart thing was probably to get rid of the Ursa, but this is going to be funnier, I think.
No, because he deleted the poor Velvet.
Yeah, I don't know. Port Velvet's kind of...
You have Ursa Port PIC though. Nora.
Yeah, I'm just going to run people over with that and then, like, whatever.
But only
Not
for
play
first
defense
round.
at all.
Afterwards, you need to make a new deck.
Yeah, that's what I thought, so...
Yeah.
Oh,
Nora
was
after
scary
the
for a
buff is
while.
going to be funny.
And you don't want to play Serity.
Nora is actually really good on even levels because she kills thugs in one hit.
Is it?
Tags in a randomizer tournament.
Is it too Mimi? You should join, man. You can win with this.
I'm both busy and it is to me. I don't really like playing tournaments where I cannot prepare decks and practice with them.
For first round, you could practice right now if you roll your deck.
I play Ursa in the back, and then I pull it back with Partners in Crime. And then
If you had
put, like, a
Torchwick, you
Beam
could
Turret
pull
and
him back
Tyrion,
again. The big play would
or
have been
something like that.
The big play would have been playing Ursa, playing Partners in Crime, pulling Ursa back, Velvet Partners in Crime to pull him back again. Partners in Crime dies, you can pull Ursa back again with the dead Partners in Crime. That would have been the big brain play.
At some point, you're gonna be pulling Partners in Crime back with Partners in Crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, Torchic Partners in Crime, Velvet, and gotta get Raven.
Oh, and Raven, too.
Man. Was Raven even in it? No, right? Is she still banned?
Oh, wait, is she?
I think so. Yeah.
Why would you ban in a randomizer tournament?
I don't know.
Why would you...
By the way, Rain Buckets, do you know my randomizer deck?
No, what is it?
You know, I just want you to guess one card I have in my deck.
Is it Sun?
It's Sun, oh yeah.
How many times did you have to reroll for him?
None. He was my second epic I got.
Man, you're lucky.
I don't know if I was lucky with this deck because some other parts don't look that good, but I have Sun.
I have my only air defense in my deck is a White Fang Watchtower and Zwei.
No, dude, your wall is more than enough to defend my... I didn't get through the goddamn wall.
If your choice was between Sun and Shadowblade, what would you pick?
Oh, that would have been tough, you know?
He hates Shadow Blake, don't you?
Shadow Blake is definitely the smart choice, but I love Sun and I hate Shadow Blake, but it would be the smart choice. I think for a randomizer tournament, I think I would have still picked Sun just because at that point, if I look at
You
the
don't
cards I
like
had before,
winning,
it's still my only win condition.
Sun would like run people over.
I mean,
Sun
everyone
could be
else
hard.
probably rerolled Sun, I bet. I think I'm the only one with Sun.
You know if anyone got Nolan in their deck?
I know that.
Yeah, people got Nolan.
Yeah.
Because if they don't have
Two
Nolan,
people.
I think they just die.
Someone got Queen, and I'm like, I don't want to go against them. If they get Queen against me, I just
You just have to race them, I think.
By the way, I just realized
I
this
can't
is.
race. My deck is palm chip.
Why would you make a palm chip deck if you don't have defensive?
It was my only.
He
it
has-
was the
look,
only
look.
win condition I got.
He has a
Don't
wall,
need a win
dude.
condition.
Rain, Shadow has a wall.
Guys, for randomizer tournament you don't need a win condition. Every deck sucks, so you just
I mean, I'm gonna
But I
put
had
four
no way
behind
to
an
do
Ursa.
damage except Zwei. Zwei was the only thing that could deal damage.
what is your deck?
Wall, that Vomit Boy, Watchtower, Zwei, Fox, Torchwick, Bijan, Palm.
So you use
Oh, wow.
Watchtower, who is Vomit Boy, and
You wow.
His entire deck is defense plus Swy and Palm.
And Zwei is gonna be used on defense half the time.
Yeah.
Watchtower. Why are you afraid of Queen if you have Watchtower and Whoa?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be enough.
I mean,
There's
Watchtower
gonna be
just
so
always
many
Queen.
Lancers.
I can
because
tell
all
you,
the gunners.
my Nevermore Chic died to the goddamn wall.
But that's never worth
I'm pretty sure
man.
Watchtower is always Queen. But the crazy HP buff it just kills Queen single-handedly.
Not with all the Lancers. Man.
Place wall in front of the Watchtower.
My core air defense wall, Watchtower behind the wall.
Queen you might need. But
I
mean, you can push with
I played against Shadow where we both used this deck. First round I won, second, third round he won. I just was unable to deal enough sun damage and I couldn't defend against Palm. Because his goddamn wall and Watchtower always stopped all my other stuff.
It's great.
I can tell you what my deck is. It's really stupid. I have Ravagers, which is good. Nevermore Chic, Neon, Zwei, Glinda, Sun, Neptune, and Fox.
that's a really good deck.
It's a yeah, but technically it's not a bad deck, and it's what I thought. But I just couldn't get through Fox, Wall, Watchtower against Shadow.
Like the ultimate defense.
And then he always threw Zwei at my units as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and then whenever you grouped up, and then I was about
I
to
mean,
lose.
Shadow had to rotate somehow. So two dogs.
He just played enough defensive stuff that I couldn't deal in fast enough damage to not lose to Palm.
Fox killed his
Play
son.
Neon. Just play Neon.
No,
against Shadow.
Neon doesn't
Two
work if you
structures.
place a wall. It's in the middle.
I have 2 structures.
He has 2 structures.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
It's so bad. I feel like he counters my deck.
He counters probably almost any deck that's gonna come out of a randomizer.
Yeah. Oh man. I use both rewards at the same unit. I
But
had
the best deck someone rolled is Gunners, Squad, Port, Emerald, Cinder, PIC, Ice Flower, and Bijan.
What the?
good luck against that.
Ow!
I know.
That's a good deck.
Do you remember where he used his rerolls?
I need to see if they even got rerolls.
My God.
Oh no, let me see this.
I remember I had Lancers. I rerolled Lancers and then I had a choice between Lancer Swarm and BDSSS. Also-
His original deck had Zwei, and he had Zwei, and then he rerolled Zwei for Scythe Ruby. He rerolled Scythe Ruby for.
I mean, Scythe would even not be bad right now.
So
I also wouldn't be bad, but
But, like-
better.
how this deck is god tier.
I mean, I think I would have if I had Swy there. I mean, you maybe
know, but
rerolled
he-
Swy, but I would have more likely rerolled Emerald maybe because you can't rotate fast enough to make Emerald really worth it
But
most of the time.
he has Squad Emerald. You just play that as a 5 cost every time.
Yeah, well,
Shadow,
if the
his
other,
deck doesn't do anything to yours.
if the other one has no AOE, then it can work. Yeah, but that's a 5 aura investment
But,
for
like-
hoping the other
like-
one has no E. AOE.
Yeah, but like he rolled this before the patch. So it's like the pinch. If the patch didn't set in,
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be kind of.
Wow.
I mean, he could reroll after the patch, but I guess he didn't want to.
Why would you want
Yeah.
Why would you?
I mean, I would roll Ice Flower for sure.
Yeah, I would have probably rerolled. Oh no, it was before the patch, right? So he stuck with
so
Ice
it was
Flower,
good.
and if he
No,
rerolls
you
now after
play,
the patch, he needs to reroll his entire thing.
You open the game with Ice Flower up front and then Emerald Squad, and whatever they play as defense probably isn't global because it's random, so you just freeze it and win.
I have a Neon and Zwei, don't talk to me, you fool.
And Shadow has Bow and Watchtower.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, do we get to know the other decks
You're not supposed
before?
You're not supposed
Well,
to
that's
know.
kind of a big deal.
Psh, don't tell anyone
no, it's gonna-
our decks.
Like, because if you're playing that deck and you know they don't have any globals or something.
to. That's why I didn't tell you who it was.
Yeah.
Wait, but you know who it is.
I do.
So are you cheating?
I mean, I have to.
Wait, should this be a public discussion or?
Probably not.
I mean,
I just realized anyone can hear this.
Yeah.
About how you're cheating.
This is the
I mean, that's
disqualified. Everyone here is disqualified.
that's a big
All the
problem
decks,
with.
known to everybody.
Yeah, it's a problem with that the organizers are partaking in the tournament, right?
But like I
mean,
make the.
Uh,
But I mean, I am the rule, so I'm not cheating.
After the fact,
Yeah,
for the
right.
second round, you know who's going to play who, right? So if Shadow is playing, for example, Rain Buckets in round 2, we can say you roll the decks with me and Woblins or whatever. So the other one doesn't know. But for round 1, where we want to prepare it beforehand and don't know who plays whom, it's kind of inevitable.
Wait, so this is randomizer and you don't know what the other guy's using.
You shouldn't, yeah.
Wow, that's going to be spicy.
Yes, it's the entire point behind it, right?
Yeah, this is like the ultimate meme format. And when I thought it up, I was like, oh my god, we have to do this.
Do you just
Wow.
play Ursa just to scout the deck?
Yeah, I think I do.
It is a fort.
Dude, I mean, we were kind of open with our decks, so it's not hard if you want to know our decks, to know our decks from people like
I
Shadow
mean,
and
if you
me.
want to know my deck, I just said it. You just have to watch it back.
Just round 1 anyway.
Yeah. How much we hating on the
I mean,
Fox meta?
we literally rolled my deck on the stream, so you all know.
Yeah. Servo is asking how much we hate the Fox meta.
It's not the Fox meta, it's the Droid meta, thank you.
It's a Pom meta, thank you very much.
Fox is part of the.
Droid is better than Palm.
And
No,
Albane brothers
Droid
are
is
better than Droid.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Fox
sorry.
kind of can be part of like the defensive stuff that doesn't, you can't push against.
I'm so mad that there's no Albane brother background. That's the background we need. We got Port, we got Carmine, stupid backgrounds.
I really like the Freezer Burn background.
Yeah,
Oh.
the only one I don't have, you mean?
I want it.
You
Just
mean
for
the
that
only
kind.
one I don't have? Screw you.
Raven's
so
background
nice.
is pretty sweet.
I at first I liked Raven's background, but the more I watched it, looked at it, I more disliked it because of the underskirt section. I'm not a fan of thick size.
Oh, really?
No,
Wow.
I
I know a
actually
lot of people who would disagree with you.
Yeah.
I'm not. I get even more controversial. I'm not a fan of big boobs.
Oh my god.
There's a reason why Weiss
Or-
is my favorite waifu of the 4 main girls, okay?
I mean, I just love everything.
There's a reason why I like Weiss the most of the 4 main girls.
I actually quite like
oh,
Raven.
go to,
Not Raven's. I like May's background. a lot.
Look, there's a reason why I have right now Ilya as my background.
Go to Neo's background. I want to point something out.
As a switching eye color?
No. Her neck is and her face and her chin don't really look like they belong together.
Yeah, it looks like a cutout.
It's like a giraffe.
Yeah, it's like a cutout placed on a neck.
I guess her neck took all the nutrients.
I actually quite like May's.
I don't know,
Nice.
Wait, where's May? I scrolled through. Yeah,
Does
here.
anyone have
Look,
neon as their
May-
background?
May is just a little bit much around, Just a little bit too much. And it's just, if it was a little bit less, I would be all on board.
Just imagine it. Wait, no. Just imagine it as the jacket, like falling being a bit loose.
Oh man. Yeah. There's also so many people. Look, in all these pictures in the game, Weiss is always in a position where she's reaching out with her bosom to make it look bigger in Amity Arena, which I really dislike. Why? Why can't you give her in almost all positions? Here's the only one where she doesn't do it. If we go to Summoner as well, like, look at this. This seems too big. It's not like in the show. Here I can't see it because there's a main character and owned sticker in front of it. Right in the section I want to look at.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Always.
I know on Reddit the memes with the size, but it's just not for me. I'm sorry, guys. And here, what is this picture? Here as well. Why are so many positions like stretching out their bosom? I don't get it.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I really don't like it. Look at this. He at least has a nice bosom. Oh, ooh, Black, you sexy man. Jeez. Okay. How are you guys feeling? Do you want to stop or go on?
I have to go somewhere soon. So.
Yeah? Do we?
So if I want you to look at ports,
Yeah, we can do that. He was there, yes. I mean, look, he's a little bit sick on the side department, but he makes it up. Look, if you look at someone who has, we're Germany have a saying, right? You could have a 6-pack, right? A lot of people really like 6-packs for some reason and train for a 6-pack. But there's a better solution than a 6-pack. And you could instead have a barrel, Eat enough and you got a real barrel. Because that's something we say in Germany. It's like 6-pack is the same. We took this, but it's barrel if you have as a joke if he has some pounds on him. He got a barrel, And a barrel is way better than a 6-pack.
Okay, if you say so.
It's way more beer. Hello? I'm German, remember. Beer is important. It's part of my culture.
Check the clan chat in the game.
What?
Someone says check the clan chat in the game.
The Academy chat?
Yeah.
Okay, probably this replay. Summoner Wise Palm, Spider Droid, Ren, Size, Ruby Glinda, AKs 130 and 5 BDS. This deck? Ren is best. I don't know. Is Ren the
Yeah, I
best?
think so.
Let's check this real quickly. Is Ren the
What
best?
happened?
Let's rate Ren, right? I mean, Ren is solid, but his posture is not the best, you know? Kind of scrunching over a bit, and it's really disbalanced here. You will later in his life have back problems, so oof. Then here it's really curvy, you know. There's not a lot of space. If you really like Ren and make him a big dinner, you won't be able to finish that. And then
Is that what?
If you look at the gender bend Ren art, it's like he barely changes. He just gets a bit longer hair.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked, in theory, I would have liked the Ren Nora arc, right? I would have liked the flashback, if it changed anything.
Wait, I have a question. Why does Zhang family get artwork and get background art and the Albane brothers don't?
Because it's
Because the Albane brothers are this will be a spin-off, you know. Will soon come out the Albane brothers big house, and then you will have recurring guests like, and it's an American show then, so you have background laughter every time, you know. So there are Albane brothers in their house painting the water. One drops a pencil or whatever, and then ha 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 ha, and then Adam comes through the door, and yeah, you know, will be a spin-off, and then we learn about them. John is blue-eyed, blonde boy. Indeed he is. I would make a joke, but I'm scared of it because, you know, would be inappropriate, I think.
Did you turn the 18 plus filter on already?
What?
Did you turn the 18 plus filter on already?
No. We didn't say anything 18 plus in German standards, so it's fine. Who cares about American standards? It's just because Twitch is an American company doesn't mean,
Fahrenheit, feet, inches.
What? Wait, I know what inches are. Do you know how I learned about inches and how big they are? Because I played Warhammer 40k tabletop game, which comes from England, and they use inches to measure how far a unit can move and shoot.
Wait, no, England doesn't even use it anymore.
But in the game it's used. In the game it's used.
What's a kilometer?
Really?
Miles for the win.
Yeah, in the game it's used. I've a measurement. I don't know the English word for it. I never use it. Tape measure? Measuring tape? I have a measuring tape for inches for just this game. With inches on it. Else I didn't never use it. I mean Fahrenheit as well is such a stupid makes no sense, dude. Look,
212 degrees.
if you have 0 degrees Celsius, the water is goddamn frozen, you know? It's goddamn cold and the water is freezing because it's 0 degrees, you know?
Water boils at 212 and freezes at 32.
Yeah.
What is this? What is stupid measurement? Why is there such a big gap? Why is there such a big gap between it? Like 0 is freezing.
No. Here's some conversions for you. There's 12 inches to a foot. There's
Yeah. That I know because it's on my measuring tape.
1,760 yards to a mile.
What?
There's 1,760 yards to a mile.
Yeah, that makes sense, obviously. Yeah.
Who wants to base things around 10?
Yeah, really. Like, what? It's so stupid, right?
And then
Centimeter
there's
to
the
decimeter?
Oh,
Times
it's,
10. Decimeter to meter? 10. That's way too hard. Who can learn that? 1,760 something to it. Yeah, whoa. That's big brain. That's big brain right there.
We had to know that in like elementary school, like the conversions.
Yeah.
They asked little children to convert stuff.
I had to learn the metric system for my science class. It was the hardest thing in the entire class.
How does it?
God.
I'm looking at. I don't
There
know.
was like significant figures and how many zeros are there.
No, stop.
I would much rather just say like there was one month instead of.
Look, yeah. At 0 degrees, water freezes. At 100 degrees, it boils.
Yeah,
How
what
is
kind of
there
logic
such
is
an
that?
uneven
It's
jump?
32.
Yeah.
It's 32 and there's 212.
What? Why is that such an uneven number in both directions? And what?
Should just use the hexademic base instead.
It's so dumb.
We drive on the right side of the road.
Yeah, we too. We're not goddamn. Where was it? England, where you drive on the left? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Japanese, somewhere in Asia, they do it.
No, we drive on the right side as well. Yeah. I mean, look, we have the autobahn. Do you have the autobahn? You don't. You can't drive even your car to the maximum potential. Why'd you buy fast cars in America? You are not allowed to drive them as fast as they can.
Not legally.
Not legally, yeah.
If you go out into the middle of the desert between Los Angeles and Las Vegas, you can drive really fast.
It's still illegal.
But you can do it.
Yeah, and I can do it legally.
Yeah,
Just
that just means you're not a rebel like us.
you look,
Yeah,
I drive
we're
from
cool.
from my town.
You follow the laws.
How
I have-
dare you be a law-abiding citizen?
And we have less accidents. We have less car accidents than you guys. What?
We have Trump as our
Secret
president. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not proud. I'm not proud of that. I'm sorry.
It's very funny how easy it is to get a driving license in America. Like,
Yeah, it's so easy. Why is it so easy to get driving license in America? What the
Let's go
hell?
drinking game.
You go to your parents, Daddy, I wanna learn to drive. And he's like, yeah, we are in America. Come with me. We drive for a few hours. Now you're ready, my son. Go and take your lesson. Here's your
What
here.
about
Now you
drinking
can
game?
drive. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, driving teacher. I learned nothing and will do tons of mistakes.
Your legal drinking age is 16, right?
16 is for beer, wine, and sect, and
Yeah,
other things that are not high percentage.
We're allowed to handle dangerous moving vehicles at around 60 miles per hour before 5 years before we can drink.
Look, what's
No, I
even
was
more
just gonna
crazy is
say-
in your fact app country, right? You're allowed to shoot guns. You're allowed to join the army, but you're still not allowed to drink a beer. What? I can die before I'm allowed to drink a beer. We're at least decent enough to say, hey, you are ready to join the army. Here's your beer. You deserve it because you are allowed to shoot a goddamn gun and you couldn't die, so here, drink your beer. No, you're like, okay, first you die and afterwards you can drink some beer.
That's because beer is in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you guys believe in religion. Isn't beer like? Isn't there a hell for you guys? Shouldn't be beer in hell because it's a sin or whatever?
I don't know. I think most of America isn't religious anymore, but that might be just where I grew up.
Yeah, same. I think everyone.
Probably
I
more
feel like
religious.
we're more very lax with our beliefs.
Yeah.
I think Europe is much laxer.
Yeah, I think compared to Europe, you're still very religious.
Yeah. Like, what's a church?
I don't know one person that is religious.
I
Like,
know,
really
like,
Christian.
two.
I know from.
I mean, I don't either. I know people who like go to the church.
Yeah, no. I know
Yeah, that
one.
qualifies as very
Yeah,
religious.
I know
So,
one
really?
couple. I know one couple that goes to church on Christmas. No one. I know
What's
no
the-
one else who ever goes to church. I know one couple that goes
What's
to
the
Christmas
point
on
of there being a
goes to church on
then?
Christmas.
The reason, Penny. There is like historical ones.
Who goes to church, dude?
I go to the Church of the Wall.
Yeah, man, the wall is the real church,
Yeah.
my mate. You should believe in the wall, man. The wall is who will save us, no one else. Oh.
Yeah.
If you believe in them, stupid God, who will save you? No one. But the wall will save you. Will give you to the promised land where only walls will be walls and walls will be around you and there will be even some walls in the walls.
Alright, I gotta meet up with someone, so I probably have to head out. Bye,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you for
No,
being a
it's your
shadow. Love you.
responsibilities to join us.
Good luck. We see you.
May the wall watch over you.
I feel so ganged up against now.
Why?
American.
Just wait. I mean, Shadow sent a really great picture. I gotta
hold
show
on.
this.
Oh, I see it.
This is how it works in America. Look at this. Stupid rest of the world has no idea what they are doing. Year is bigger than a day. And day is smaller than a month.
You guys just need everything to be ordered and neat, and we can deal with this. You can't. That's why you guys have to.
You guys are chaotic
Makes
and don't even know what you're doing. Oh.
I think Fox just runs to their government. There's confusion on everything.
You can look on YouTube. There's so many videos of Americans driving their cars in Germany and being like, "Oh man, I didn't know we suck that much in America. I feel like such a noob driving my car in Germany. Everyone drives way better than I do." And Germans in America who are like, "Wow man, you have to be really careful. These guys don't know how to drive their cars." And you all drive automatic cars, right? Mostly.
I think so.
Yeah. I have tried driving an automatic car before. It feels so strange not having a manual car.
I'd probably crash and die if I drove a manual because I've never done it before.
I mean, you can, driving license in Germany, you can make one for just automatic cars or for manual cars. If you do it for manual cars, you obviously can drive automatic cars as well if you want to. But if you just do a driving license for automatic cars, you are not allowed to drive stick shift yet. Any type of manual car.
Mhm.
Which
I
in
like how
America you can do driving tests with automatic cars and buy a manual, right?
I think it's just one license.
Yeah, you don't.
have to know.
If you do you need a special license for bigger trucks and motorcycles?
I believe you do, yes. Not like the little mopeds, but an actual motorcycle. I believe you need a separate license.
Okay, yeah. I have like I don't know where my. Oh, I know where my driving license, but I'm so lazy to look at it. But I have so many on the back of my driving license. There's a bunch of different vehicles where you could have an X that you're allowed to drive it or not, right? And I've just allowed car, little mopeds, and I think little tractors as well. But only the little ones.
I like how we've been here for 4 hours and spent like 3 of those hours talking about stuff that isn't Ruby Amity Arena.
No, you're lying. We have been here for 3. We have been live.
No,
we
wait,
have.
for
And
3
the interesting part is recording. I'm recording for 2 hours and 58 minutes. We talked 1 hour only Amity Arena, 1 hour Ruby and Amity Arena, and then the last hour we went a little bit more off topic at the end. Yeah.
We just talked
A
stuff.
little bit.
A little bit more. Just look at the war memorial.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, wall is best wall. Wall will wall, and with that, wall save us. This is a
Didn't
mantra.
someone-
Please repeat it before you go to bed.
Didn't someone say they were gonna join later or not?
I don't know. I don't know. I would have done it only with Shadow if no one else had shown up. But yeah, I think we can end it, right?
Probably. We're not talking about any.
Yeah, I think it's just going good to get more and more off topic the further we go on. I think 2 hours seems like a good time. I mean, I can be like, okay, let's get back to point. What do you think about the recent Nora changes? By the way, Nora, good changes, bad changes? What do you? No.
It's a good change,
Let's end
but
it.
Fox
Let's
is
end it.
better. Yeah.
I could talk about Beam Tour for like 3 more hours.
Oh,
Demand
I can
only.
talk about Neon for days.
I can talk about
I
Sun
can
and Shadow Blake.
so much.
Yeah.
Shadow Blake
Yeah,
is
we're
done
good.
too.
Okay, we could rage on or we could end it here. I would say we end it here. I end the stream now, so I'm gonna say, everyone, thanks for watching. Thank you to Rainbuckets, Shadow, and CRVT for being here. And love you all, guys, for just wait. Here are the emotes. They're not done yet, but I have someone working on it. They will be coming out soon. I will have them in my subscribing, one for tier 1, tier 2, and one for tier 3. Obviously, maybe I rotate them around. We are looking into that if I want to. Yeah, they're coming soon. I'm excited. And thank you all for watching. And I'm gonna be out. Bye.